Well, that came on halfway through that. But
Damn it.
I like the effort. The effort was there.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ken's Tavern. Ivan greeting you there with the usual morning ritual of yelling in your face. I hope everybody is now awake. Actually, for most of you, it's probably the afternoon. So thank you for joining us in your afternoon today. I appreciate that. I'm Megma, your DM. If you haven't been here before, welcome to Ken's Tavern. And we will go through our introductions to say who is here today, as well as we'll go over what happened last day. I'm actually kind of curious. I almost want to make one of the players do the summary of last day while I write down everybody, because I haven't done that. And see what happens?
Oh, God.
Who would like to tell the story from their character's point of view of what happened in the last session?
I fell down a flight of stairs.
Wasn't my fault.
Okay. You folks give the summary. I'll tell you where it started and where it ended. It began in the lab, and you were about to fight some scientists in the lab, and then it ended with the long-awaited beginning of a windstorm. Go, tell us what happened.
There I was.
Chaos.
I had nobody beside me, so I walked slowly.
It's not even truly a dance with Ivan.
Oh yeah, we did.
I
We
was
totally danced.
I was beside you.
She poked me in the eye with her stick,
Yeah.
Dogs are barking.
and the dogs barked a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there in the lab.
There were werewolves in
They were
cages,
naked.
There were werewolves in cages.
and there was a human. We did.
We did.
Did
We
we
assumed
Wait,
we
is this
cured
in,
them.
is this in
We
order?
cured-
We cured them.
Wait,
Yeah,
are we in
did.
order?
Cured them.
We
This is
cured
absolute
we had
chaos.
to fight first.
Order.
We fought first. We didn't fight the wolves.
Right.
I saw.
We
Okay,
thought-
Sirius.
Okay.
Sirius
okay.
got mad.
Got
Sirius
mad.
started fighting, trying
Who?
to steal a scientist.
So you
Big
try
boy
to steal a
scientist.
scientist from the other scientists.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then we got in a fight. Hazel, I think most of the time, was just staring at a pool of green stuff.
Stare at a pole.
During the fight, some people like to dance. Footloose.
Okay, well,
This
know?
game,
Yeah,
it
so-
just sounds like
so-
when you get a robot
on
to
that
generate a
part-
story.
Yeah, so I came in, tried to help out, and I did this
Yeah.
amazing jump, and then I missed like
You
four
missed
attacks.
so many
Ivan
turns.
kind of. Ivan lagged behind, so he was kind of confused on what happened. So he
Yeah, I
missed,
thought everyone was just dancing.
and then he went again, and then he missed, and then again, and he missed. Even I think you hit something.
Oh yeah, whenever I did hit, it was a crit, and it just
I think-
whatever
yeah.
it was dead.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
finished off. I can't remember if it was the main scientist or one of the assistants, but it was like, bye.
And that is where I'm done telling because I can't remember anything after that.
After
Okay.
that, we investigated the scientists, and we're like, hey, don't do bad things. And they're like, we're not doing bad things. We're like, but you're doing bad things. And they're like, no, we're not. And then they told us to go to their office, and we found the new batch of bottles that they made. And so they were trying to cure wolfism.
Wolfism.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Werewolf.
No, I think wolfism is the scientific name for that.
Oh, okay. Wolfism.
I think that's the right name. Yeah.
And so we found that they had werewolves chained up in cages. and so-
Wolfis.
I know they're so wolfish, right? And so I open up the first one. The werewolf jumps at me. I catch it. I'm like, no, and I threw it back in. And I threw the scientist in there with it. I'm like, all right, cure it. Totally worked too.
You are forgetting the best part.
Oh, what's the best part?
Yeah.
Vittore flew.
Oh
He
yes,
was- yeah.
Vittori
He was
flew.
a gliding squirrel.
Yes,
And
Vittori has.
he claimed to be he claimed to have what is I can't English today. Sorry. He said he had
sweet
rabies.
Oh yeah. Victoria was trying to intimidate the scientist on her shoulder for like the longest time. I think you also missed a couple times, and
Yeah,
you were
she
right
constantly
on
missed.
Yes.
the
And
scientist's
then I
shoulder.
hit a couple of
Yeah.
times.
And then you did hit eventually. Oh man. Okay, so good. Should I take over from here?
No, we're halfway there.
No,
Let's
Okay,
get
okay,
it.
yeah,
okay,
we're
okay.
almost there, we're
Okay,
almost
Okay,
there.
Alright.
so
We're getting
So
there.
we
Continue
cure the
on.
first one.
Chaotic.
I
I
open up.
don't even know if I want to try to help.
You don't want to help now?
No, you're gone, you're gone.
Oh.
I'm
It's
gone.
Mikey is the only one who's allowed to say anything because
What?
Mikey's great at storytelling.
I am
He
best at
is.
story.
Where's
So
Mikey, this is Ivan.
I think we might need a
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
episode of just
Definitely.
Ivan telling
So-
stories.
So after the first one was like kind of cured, actually I made sure that it wasn't dead by telling the scientist to do it. Then we went to the second one, did the same thing, and it was a girl. I was like, oh shit! I had to turn around. Well, I mean, she was naked.
What a
that was wrong.
gentleman.
Huh?
What a gentleman.
I know. I don't know
So
why,
kind.
but yeah.
I
So
don't
I
know why.
demanded a cloak from the bunny, and she covered her up. It was very nice. It was so polite.
Demanded.
I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then we went to the last one, and the last one was just a normal dude. So he wasn't even a wolf thing, you know? And we were like, hey, probably shouldn't take this because it might not work unless you are one of those. And he's like, I don't care. And he just took it. So now we grabbed them all. We dressed them because we took some clothes off some guards. And so they're mostly clothed now. And we were headed out. We went up the tower. We're headed out. We have so the whole thing is so I don't know if everybody knows, but Hazel was bit and she might turn tonight. So luckily Ivan has 2 more vials to try to save him. And so what we're doing is I don't know if that one guy knows that we're using him as a guinea pig, but he's a guinea pig. Because if he turns, I'm going to kill him. No, don't tell
Yikes.
everybody though.
Don't tell anybody. I like to
Don't tell
imagine
anybody.
that we're all just in a tornado and he's just recapping everything.
There's just like a pause and a lull in the wind, and Ivan just has this flashback of the past few hours. Okay, sweet. You rescued the people. You got them some
Yeah.
clothes, and yeah, basically you made your way out of the tower into the garden. You heard a couple guards were running back towards the castle that the prisoner had escaped, and of course that prisoner is Gilm, who you had rescued last couple sessions ago. And Gilm was supposed to be executed. I'm getting better at remembering the word instead of saying assassinated, but Gilm is supposed to be executed in the square at sunset, which is very soon. So you folks make your way back to the bridge, and you are headed towards the square where you can see they have put aside the execution stage that you had burnt earlier and have set up just a nice old axe and log kind of deal. And that was sort of where we were at. And of course, right near the end, Claire felt a bit of a breeze, which was not flatulence from Ivan.
I thought it was though.
My windstorm
And-
turned into a hurricane because we left it away so long.
Looked off to the left to see a storm a brewing, and as they were watching, it became a funnel and became something of a tornado. And that is where we are at the moment. What a story.
Miss Bungly.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. They've been
Very enlightening.
to clarify, Bunny Baby redeemed a event at some point in the last few months, and it has been many sessions, and I had not worked it into the story yet, and we had Bunny Baby had reminded me like every session, oh yeah, and I have that windstorm that I redeemed, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but we were in the dungeons and stuff, so it just didn't make any sense at all to have a windstorm down there, and I was like, just wait, and
Yeah,
now that they're
kinda had that.
finally outside, I'm like, this like,
Yeah, it was going to be like a light breeze.
yeah, it was just gonna be like a
but,
regular
you know,
windstorm.
like that butterfly effect where it's just like
But it's been just
All
been
over.
brewing for so long that it's like,
I
nah.
just spat all over my microphone.
Let's come back with a vengeance. All right, so thank
Okay,
you for
wait a
the
minute.
recap.
As someone who's been outside during a windstorm, they're not normal. They're terrifying.
They're normal.
Just
Well,
a
they are
bit of
normal,
wind.
but they are terrifying. I almost got crushed by a tree under a windstorm. So
Well,
10 out of
that learned a
10, don't
lesson. Don't
recommend.
be near a tree in a
Actually,
windstorm.
Yeah,
I
just
almost
get
got
good,
crushed by a
dude.
tree twice in a windstorm.
Good windstorm tips happening here.
Yeah, yeah.
Always
My area
hide
gets
under
a lot of
Ivan.
windstorms. They're not fun.
No,
Yeah,
they're not.
wind can't knock down Ivan.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, he's stronger than any tree.
I knock down the wind.
Always
Yeah,
prepared.
yeah, Ivan.
All
Ivan.
right,
That's
everybody,
sweet.
let's get rolling. All right. So as I
16
said,
minutes in.
I know it was great. It was great. This
We
is
got
what we're
this.
here for,
We
really.
got
Yeah. I'm Magma, your DM. Thank you for joining us. Let's do a really quick summary of who's here today. Returning from last session, everybody was here last session, so everybody's returning.
Hello.
But welcome back, Vittori, played by Saint Geronimo, also known as Yaren. Welcome back.
That is apparently I.
I feel like every time I do this, it always starts with Yaren, and I always give the space for Yaren to say something. And then
He
I
never
always
says
wait.
anything.
Yeah, I always have to wait.
It's just a pause.
But thanks, Yaren. Welcome back, Vittori. We also have the ever moody brooding Lena, played by Call Me Ames.
I am currently moonwalking away from the
Always.
windstorm.
Lena's really good at dancing. It's great.
I'm so good.
We also have Cirrus, played by That Censored Rat, also known as Marcus.
Wow, hello.
Hello. We have Argonis, the portable torch, owner of Lawn
Hello.
Care Services, played by Dustin Echoes.
Hello, hello.
Hello, welcome back. And we've got Ivan, of course, played by Mikey Likes It. Also known as Mikey.
Hi. I'm Ivy.
Hey.
Ivan.
Good job, bud.
Man, I
how you
wrote
spell.
most of it down this time.
Yeah,
Writes it on a
Ivy.
name tag.
I didn't
That's
know
two
Ivan
letters
could
in.
even read.
So good. There's so many things we don't know about Ivan. And then,
Yeah,
of
no.
course, we've got Claire, played by Bunny Baby. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
I'm excited to have everyone back
Hello.
for this session. It should be really fun. Okay. Well, we had our recap, so just so everybody is aware how much my brain is going to have to strain for the next little bit here, as everybody is going to be facing off against a tornado. We literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 people that are currently in this traveling party. How is that not suspicious? Good thing you had passed without trace on everybody. But so not only do we have 6 players, but we also have 6 NPCs.
Wait, we
that
have
are
6 NPCs. Wait,
6
all new.
NPCs that are currently
Yeah.
traveling with this party. We have
We
Hazel.
have-
We have the 3 werewolf/cured werewolves. We have Corinth and Gilm. So there
Yeah.
are 6
my God.
NPCs currently traveling with this party. So just so you are all aware as players that
But
you
what about-
are
wait.
also dealing with 6 NPCs that are potentially going to be carried
So,
away by a tornado as well.
I have one very important question.
Yeah.
Where's the 3 chickens?
The 3
also have
chickens.
that.
I
Oh my
mean,
god.
I dig it.
I'm gonna make a note of it, but the last we saw of the chickens, they were happily seated by the water, which is on the other side of the castle. So I guess it kind of depends on where the tornado heads. Maybe I'll roll every
No.
now and then to see if they escape the
We
madness.
gotta stop the tornado.
Oh
We're gonna
boy.
have a tornado.
Okay, so let's set it up. You folks are all standing kind of at the end of the bridge, right before you enter into the square where the execution was going to be happening. You have currently, Claire, you have seen this tornado coming your way. You've been able to see that, like, some people in the town have started to hear this tornado and see it, because you can see, like, hear screaming from people that are on the edge of the square and on the edge of town. You can see this tornado is beginning to tear up the houses on the edge of town as it goes by. It's pulling off pieces of the roof as it goes. And there are, of course, many people around you in the square that are potentially just waiting in the open for this tornado to hit them. So, that is where you folks are at. There is a tornado on your way. I am going to get you to roll initiative for me so that I can deal with each of you by turn instead of 12 people at once. So everybody roll me initiative and we'll get sorted here before this tornado makes its way towards you.
7.
Okay.
14
Go
for
to the-
Agronis.
15.
Okay, hold on here.
15 for
7
Claire.
for Mouse Man.
Ugh, what's happening? Sorry, I'm trying to write this down on my iPad and it just ran away. Okay. 7, Ivan.
iPad ran away?
14 for Claire?
15.
15 for Claire. 14 for Vittori? Was that who I heard?
Agronis.
7
No,
for Vittori.
Oh
7.
my gosh.
That said, I'm probably going to have to leave in like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Okay.
I honor my
Um,
mom getting the dishes.
Bye.
Argonis,
Yeah.
what were you at?
14.
You were the 14, okay? I just I hung on to 14.
Yeah, you heard
And it was
14
just like,
somewhere.
someone needs a 14. Yeah, my iPad has legs. It just ran away. Sirius, what'd you get?
4.
4. Lena, what'd you get?
9.
9. Cool.
49.
49? what does
One
that
big
mean?
dice.
It's a really big die.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for our 3 sort of main NPCs individually, and roll for the trio of werewolves we saved as one. Wow, good job, Hazel. 19. Okay.
Go Hazel. Go
Relax.
Hazel.
12 for Corinth, and 15 for Gilm. And then our trio, they get another 12. Okay, so I'm just gonna put Gilm after Claire. And Corinth is 12. Okay, did anybody else match up? Okay. Alright. Wow, that's a challenge. It's like, it's incredible. Okay, so Hazel's actually up top. Hazel's first. Then I've got Claire, Gilm, came after that, Argonis. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Corinth, the werewolf crew. And then we've got everybody else sort of gathered down at the end. Lena. Oh, Victoria and Ivan, you both got 7. Roll off. Or just
Roll
to-
off.
Yeah, let's roll off. Let's do a roll off. This is Tornado Rise.
My new number is 3.
Okay, Victoria.
My new number is 15.
Okay, so it'll be Victoria, then Ivan,
I almost made it.
then Cirrus. Bringing up the end there. The caboose! Okay.
You caboose, are you?
You know, like in school, and you were like last in line, and your teacher's like, "It's okay, you're the caboose." And you're like, "No, I hate it." They were trying to give it like a special name, but really you're just last in line. Okay, here we go. Starting out, Claire is the only one that has so far seen the tornado. Claire, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Great. Okay. I will give you a chance right at the beginning here, as you did roll your perception to see the tornado, if you would like to alert the crew or not.
Claire is going to half panickedly say, "Guys, there's a tornado. We should probably get somewhere that isn't out in the open, and probably one of us warn somebody. I'd do it. But that would mean dropping all of our cover, and we are a very big group. So, somebody warn people." This would be a good time for Ivan. Yeah, Ivan, yell
Yeah.
tornado.
I started just running straight towards the crowd.
Okay. All right. Ivan is gonna be running towards the crowd as we
Correct.
start out. Are you like yelling at them that there's a tornado
Oh,
on
yeah.
its way? Okay.
No,
okay.
no, would you like me to yell?
Go for it.
Earthquake!
But
Fucking Ivan.
I mean,
Wind,
Oh,
earthquake.
gosh.
wrong element.
Okay.
I start pointing up in the sky.
Windquake.
Windquake.
So good. Okay, Ivan is going to kind of run at the crowd here, and then we're going to get into our turns. So we've got Hazel's going to go first, which makes a lot of sense. Hazel sees Ivan running into the crowd. She's like happy that you're doing that, but these are her people, and Hazel is very, like, she feels very responsible for them. So she takes her hood off. She was hiding who she was, but she takes her hood off, and she's going to yell out to the crowd and say that there's a tornado, not a windquake. I think she's gonna be like, tornado! Listen to me, everybody. It's your Princess Hazel. There is a tornado coming. We have to clear the square. Everybody kind of looks at her. They're very confused to see her with this like giant party of random people. But then they all sort of turn and
Most of
see.
the party is still hiding.
Some are still hiding. She lets them all know, and a lot of these people turn to see this tornado bearing down on them from the edge of town. Everybody starts panicking and trying to shove each other out of the square to get to somewhere safe. That is on to Claire's turn.
Going again?
You basically have one turn before this tornado is
Yeah.
in the square.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. I'm done. My bad.
Claire is going to look around and try and see if there's anywhere that she could like get the party that could cover them, and also have a slight panic about her chicken.
Okay. You can roll me a perception, and I'll let you know if you can find anything interesting.
Okay, perception. I hate my dice box. Hang on. It makes it like impossible to see the numbers. Okay, it was a 17. I think my perception is +4.
Sweet. Okay.
So tell the party it's breakfast time for me, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Probably after this windstorm I've waited a very long time for.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note here. Claire's out. Her and I will have to make rolls for Claire. Okay, so basically what I'll do is Claire rolled really well on perception check. You folks, I mean, there isn't a lot in the square where you are. So basically from where you are on the edge of the bridge. The square is out in front of you. You're sort of looking into the city. On the right and the left, and then ahead of you, the square is surrounded by various buildings. In the middle of the square at the moment is just a mass of people. There are stalls that are sort of put around the outside where people are like selling wares and different snacks and things like that, because this execution was a party. And then where you are as well, there are a couple like lamp posts and like the edge of the bridge. So there's a couple things you could try to hang on to. So things like a lamppost, the bridge, there might be a couple benches around you, and then there's things like the stalls that are a little bit farther away, and then the buildings on the edge of the square would be like, you'd have to either take 2 dash actions to get there because it's like across the square. So it might be something you wouldn't make it to this turn unless you have something special to use.
Super dash.
So super dash. So those are your current options. And you can obviously move away from the tornado, from the direction it's coming, to get closer to the edge of the square.
Where is my motorbike? Is it still in Ivan's pockets?
Yeah, probably.
You're not allowed to have it.
Okay.
What did it say?
Yeah, you'll have to. You can
Yes.
ask on your turn if you'd like. Vittoria will come before Ivan.
Correct.
Okay. Gilm is up after Claire, so Gilm is going to try to signal all of you to follow her across the square, and she is going to start running away from the tornado. Okay, and she's basically just taking her full dash action to try to make it to the other side of the square towards the other buildings.
Yeah, about 90 feet.
Yeah, so it's about 120 feet across to the other side. Like directly across from you would be 120 feet, and then sort of to your right and left, yeah, it's about 90 feet, a little bit less. So I'm just gonna draw a rough map for myself as well. Gilm is headed that way. Okay. That is on to Argonas's turn.
I'm just gonna follow after Giln. I was gonna go find a guard and tell them to like get everybody to safety, but we're still kind of hiding. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that would be a good idea.
Yep. Okay, so you're gonna follow after Gilm.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, that's Corinth after you. He's also your fellow Silver Dragonborn. He's gonna kind of glance around at everybody, but he's also gonna follow you and Gilm. That's kind of his crew. Okay, that is on to all the werewolves. Oh my good lord. I think they're just gonna be a little frightened here, but they're gonna stick with Hazel. And Hazel has not moved at this point. She is sort of behind you, Ivan, still.
Yep.
Okay, that is... Oops, I turned off the iPad. Why? This is already complicated enough. That is on to Lena's turn.
I think I'm going to go follow Gilm and Argonas.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so you folks are going to be, depending on your movement, probably 2/3 of the way to the buildings on the other side. That is Vittori's turn.
So I'm usually in Ivan's pocket, and I'm gonna assume I am right now. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold on to Ivan because he's the biggest and closest thing to me to hold on to. For me
Perfect.
to hold on to.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so you are currently sort
I'm
of
just
headed
gonna hold him
towards...
with my forehand and my feet.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Ivan was sort of headed towards the crowd in the center of the square. So Ivan,
Correct.
you currently haven't moved left or right. You're sort of headed into the center. Tornado's sort of coming up your left-hand side here. That is going to be Ivan's turn.
Wind, quake thing. Ah! All right, so we're going to. So you said the right side. That's about how far away?
So the right-hand side from you is about 90 feet away to get to the edge of the square where sort of the other houses and buildings are. And then the tornado is kind of 90 feet to your left at this point.
Yeah, I figure it's to my left, so I don't think going straight right now would help. So I'm going to try to head right.
Okay.
Can I do like a perception of like what structure looks the strongest?
Yeah, sure thing. Roll me a perception.
All right. I probably won't see shit, but we'll try. Perception.
You might not see shit, but you might see a building.
15.
Nice. Okay. So you
Nice
kind of
moving.
look off to your right here, Ivan, and you can see that around the square you see the different levels of the city. So there's a couple streets that are the more elite streets. So there's sort of the fancy houses that are kind of on the first street, and then you see sort of the buildings that are on like the high street of town. So there's a couple buildings to your right that look pretty solid. There's one that kind of looks like a bank of some kind, very solid stone, pillars out front, looks pretty solid. That might be your best bet for cover. And then there's like another one that looks to be a kind of fancy inn of some kind that also looks fairly solid, but it's more of like a wood construction. So there's one that seems to be more stone, one that seems to be more wood, but those are probably your better options for being stronger built.
All right, so I will probably turn around, and so right now we have Hazel and the 3 wolves of sorts,
Yep.
half wolves.
Yep. The unknowns.
Yeah, so they all run about 30 feet each as well.
Yeah, so for their stats as human, it would probably be about 30 feet.
Okay, so what I want to do is hold action until they can get in front of me, but I'm telling them, hey, go to the bank.
Okay.
So like I would still try to do a 60 dash if I can, but I just want to make sure I'm going to be taking the blunt of the wind and they won't.
Okay, sure thing. So you're kind of holding your movement until their turn. That's
Yeah.
sort of idea? Okay, that works. Cool. Okay. So you're sort of gathering them up together to hopefully move at the same time. Yeah, they have about the 60 feet for dash action as well. Okay. They all nod at you. They understand. Hazel kind of lets them know as well what your plan is and is pointing off towards the bank. That is Sirius's turn.
Well, I'm gonna stick with Ivan.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know what else to do. I'm just stick with Ivan.
I mean, you want to go fight? You want to go fight the wind? Do that.
Let's go fight the wind,
You
bud.
sure?
I mean,
You don't want to
I was
fight?
half tempted to make him just go out there swinging his axe at wind.
Highly effective.
You know what? No, I'm gonna pick up Hazel and I'm gonna run with the werewolf guys.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Perfect.
Strong.
All right. Excellent. That makes it to the end of the round. At this point, it's the tornado's turn. The tornado is going to... It's sort of devouring things as it goes. It's wiped quite the, path through the edge of town here, taking out houses and things in its way. Some of the, more stone buildings are definitely still standing, but anything that was made of kind of the lighter wood on the outside of town and sort of the lower end or poorer side of town has been completely destroyed. This thing is roaring towards you. It doesn't have super fast movement, but because it's been going through the city as well, it's been taking a little bit longer, but it's made it to the edge of the square, and it is going to make it a further 60 feet into the square. So it is very close to you at this point. Because you haven't moved completely yet, it's about 30 feet away from you before you'd be in this vortex completely. So this thing is bearing down through the square, picking up people who are in its way, and people are just getting swept away into this windstorm. You can hear them screaming. Lots of people are trying to get out of the square, out of the way of this thing, but it's kind of ripping through the square towards you. That is back around to Hazel's turn, who is currently being carried by Cirrus. Hazel is just trying to direct people out of the way. She's sort of gesturing towards the bank, and she's yelling at people in the square to get out of the way and get out of the square. She's just kind of doing her best to try to direct people. That is just going to be Claire's turn. So Claire kind of let people know of something, but she hasn't actually moved. So I am now going to have Claire move kind of where Gilm and Argonis and Lena and Corinth are. She's pretty quick, so that's a good move for her. Okay, that is onto Gilm, and Gilm is just going to keep dashing towards the bank, sort of that side of town. At this point, she's going to make it up onto sort of the front path of this bank where the big stone pillars are, and she's just going to wait for the crew. Argonis, that's your turn.
As I'm gonna keep following Gilm, as I'm running, can I look back and can I do a nature check to see if this is a natural windstorm?
Yeah, go for it. Roll me the check.
Give me 1 second.
35.
12.
Oh, not as good as I thought.
Okay, even with the 12, Argonis, you would have enough knowledge to see that this thing is not behaving in the way a normal windstorm would. Not only are you not in an area where you would see a tornado, usually, this area along the coast is very rocky, there is some mountain ranges, it doesn't make a lot of sense for this tornado to be here, and it is also behaving in an odd way. It seems to be very targeted towards the center of town here, and it doesn't appear natural. It doesn't take a lot to kind of figure out that this is not something that just spontaneously arrived naturally.
Okay. I'm guessing Corinth is behind me, right?
Yeah, Corinth is
Or
sort of
Corinth
beside
is
you.
Closest to me?
Yeah. Corinth and
I'm
Lena
just gonna-
are both near you.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn to them and be like, keep an eye on this thing. It's acting very erratic. It's not this. Something's not right about this. I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay. Do you want to head towards the bank where everyone else is, or generally just keep running in the same direction?
Towards the bank.
Sweet, yeah. Same idea as Gilm. At this point, you can make it right up onto sort of the front steps of this bank, where the big stone pillars are at the front of this bank. It is closed. The door is not open. Whoever was probably running this bank saw this tornado and closed the door because that's the way they think. So the door is closed, but you are on the steps. You can make an attempt at the door on your next turn, or actually you could still have an action technically because you've just used, no, you used dash or movement. Could have just used movement, so you'd have an action still if you wanted to try the door.
I'll try the door.
Sweet. Okay. Roll me probably a strength check because this thing is locked to see if you can either just burst it open or what you
Just
need to.
kick the door in.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not bad. 16, so... 16.
Okay. Yeah, I think you probably be able to get this door sort of half open. You kind of break the main lock on this thing, but whoever is behind it has chained it as well, so the chain is not broken yet. But you've broken the first piece of the lock in. It just kind of needs one more person to kind of kick this thing in.
Ivan, get over here.
Okay, that is around to Corinth's turn. I will basically make Corinth follow you as well, following you and Guillaume to the bank. Corinth is definitely going to take a swing at the door and also gets a 16. Twinsies. Corinth is good.
Dragonborn.
Yeah,
I'm telling
basically
you.
I'm gonna say that like both of you ran towards this door and it was like this twin action. Like Argonis
Yes.
kicks it once and then like Corinth like boots it a second time and shatters the chain on the inside, and you folks swing these doors open. You can see that inside the bank there is like the tellers kind of on either side. You can see a bunch of people are sort of cowering in this building, and like the main banker who had just locked the doors like, excuse me, that's an expensive marble door. Meanwhile,
We'll pay for it later.
runs and hides behind a counter as you can see a tornado behind you. But yeah, you're now able to enter into the bank. That is the werewolf's turn, who are currently with sort of Ivan and Cirrus and Hazel and Vittori. They are once again just keeping as close to Hazel as possible. So kind of wherever Hazel is going to go, they are going to attempt to go. That is Elena's turn.
Since I was following Dustin and everybody else, or Argonis,
Who's Dustin?
I
don't know who that
Wait,
is.
who's that?
Yeah. who the
Also, there
fuck
was a
is that?
hydrate, so everybody make sure to hydrate.
I am hydrating. I wanted to try to get into the bank as well,
Awesome.
but I don't know if they move faster than I do because I walk so slow.
You'd probably still have enough movement. Like, it's probably at least 30 feet you'd have as an elf, maybe more. So
Yeah, I have 35 feet, so I can get.
great. Yeah.
in.
So basically, I'm gonna say like Argonis kicks one side of the door, Corinth kicks the other. They shatter the door in, and you just kind of like appear in the middle of them. Like, you know those times when you walk to the store and like two people happen to open the door for you at the same time, and you feel really really cool about it. That's what Lena looks like at the moment. So yeah,
Just
Lena.
walk past us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Lena,
thanks, guys.
you make your way. You can make your way into the bank if you would like.
Yes, I walk into the bank
Perfect.
and that's
Okay.
it. I don't say nothing.
Yeah, you just stand there in the middle of the bank, glowering at everybody.
Nah.
Perfect. That is a round 2. Vittori.
So where am I right now? I didn't catch if Ivan went into the bank as well. Yet
You
or
folks are not quite at the bank yet. You are with Ivan. Ivan was holding a movement for being with the wolves and / Hazel. So I'm gonna say that you probably have collectively moved maybe 60 feet, because you probably all would have used a dash
Dash, yeah.
action. So you're about 30 feet from the bank at this point.
Okay, because I heard Argonis yell, Ivan, get here, but I didn't catch if he actually went there or not.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
yet.
No, it
Um,
wasn't Ivan's turn quite yet.
But I mean, we
I
were
forgot who was
technically on the
next.
yeah.
So I would like to look if my cat isn't demolishing my house, because he was jumping on something right when I started talking. So I would like to poke my head out of Ivan's pocket and just scream at the windstorm and yell, "Oi, windstorm, fuck off!"
Roll me an intimidation check.
Absolutely. And then I'm
Nat
gonna
20.
kick my cat and make him shut up. I roll a 12.
The tornado does not appear intimidated. It continues tornadoing. Cool.
I
Okay.
didn't try to intimidate it. I was just trying to scare it off.
Exactly. It's not scared. Doesn't look scared. Doesn't look phased at the moment.
Okay.
If it could, I don't know where you would see a tornado being phased, but it doesn't appear phased. That
In his
is
face, of course.
It's in his tornado face. Ivan, that's your turn. You're about
Alright,
30 feet
so-
from the bank.
How many people are still outside of the bank?
Like people in your party or in general?
Yeah, the ones that we care about. I don't care about the townspeople.
Okay, I was like, there's lots of townspeople. So
They can find their own way.
in your group, there is Vittoria's in your pocket. There's the trio of werewolves. There is Sirius carrying Hazel, and I think everyone else. So Guillaume, Argonis, Lena, and Corinth are basically either on the bank steps or in the bank, and then Claire is sort of making her way towards that as well. So at this point, everybody seems to be able to make it to the bank without assistance. And yeah, that's probably where you're at.
I wanted to throw people.
The only person who has a turn after you now is Cirrus. So Cirrus is carrying Hazel.
Yeah.
So if Cirrus uses a move, they he could probably make it to the bank. That's fine. If you make a move, you're going to make it to the bank with Vittore. The only people sort of kind of that are not going to have a turn until after the tornado would be the werewolves.
Can I pick them up?
You would probably be able to pick up a couple, but these are sort of 3 full-grown people. So you can roll me.
I'm a really grown Goliath.
Yeah, you can roll me a
Actually,
strength
I'm gonna
check
say
just to see if it's like awkward enough. But if you're carrying 3, like your movement is going to be slower.
I want to dash into them and just I like grab and jump kind of thing. I don't know how well that would go.
Grab
you hit the
and
wall.
jump. Yeah, like you're trying to like take them the last 30 feet to the bank by jumping.
Maybe jumping. I don't know. I want to like have my arms out and just kind of push them and then protect them and get them in. I don't want to sacrifice. What if I carry? Can I pick up 2 of them?
I think what I'm gonna do is have you roll me a strength check.
Okay.
To see kind of how many of them you can pick up without having it affect your movement.
All right, strength check. 7. Oh wait, no, yeah, I did the right one. 7.
7. Okay. I'm gonna say you can pick up 1 comfortably. If you want to pick up 2, you're gonna have to reduce your movement a little bit, and if you want to pick up 3, it reduces it a little bit further. I was trying to figure out why the music just stopped. Does anybody else still hear it?
Yeah, it stopped for me too.
Yeah, it's up.
I have it turned off anyway, so
Just
I don't
like
know if it stopped.
yeah. I hang out with us anymore? That's a little weird.
Windstorm took the really by the way.
Yeah, and like where did I put
You put it in game rolling.
That's where I did put it there last time too, and it appeared to be working. That's weird. Well, bye Groovy. Okay, we'll see if it comes back. It might just be the bot.
Yeah, it looks like the bot
trying.
might be down.
Yeah. Somebody give us a beat. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Ivan, you can pick up 1 and have that full like 30 feet to the bank, no problem. If you pick up 2, you're going to be able to make it like probably to the steps, but not inside the building. And if you pick up 3, you're not quite going to make it to the steps.
Okay. This is going to be bad. If I pick them up, can I toss them in?
You can roll me another strength check.
Okay.
Can we
20.
try catching them on the other side?
Did you say you rolled 20?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can basically make it to outside the steps. You throw these 3 werewolves. They kind of slide across the floor in through the doors of the bank, but you yourself are still outside on the square, not quite up the steps.
Well, you said if I tossed 2 of them, I would be on the steps, right?
If you brought 2 with you and then tossed the 2, yeah, you'd be on the steps, but then you would have left 1 behind.
I'm leaving 1 behind.
Okay, who do you want to leave behind?
The werewolf male that was
the one that
cured.
hasn't been cured or has been cured?
No, the one that was cured. So the
Okay.
female that was cured, I'm
Okay.
picking her up.
Great.
And then the male that was not turned, I'm picking him up.
Okay, sweet. All right, so you leave behind werewolf number
Sorry.
3. He's like, wait!
I can't save everyone.
I thought we were friends. That is Cirrus's turn. Sirius, you currently have Hazel. Yeah, Ivan is on the way to the bank to throw 2 werewolves through the door, and there is currently Hazel with you and the 3rd werewolf.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the other werewolf,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like use my wings to like wrap them, like kind of like a baby vest, you know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run to the bank.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing as Ivan. Just roll me a strength check. Basically, there's only one person, so you just have to roll better than like a 3 to be able to pick this person up and not have a problem.
Okay, well
I'm
I got
gonna
a
laugh
6.
if he,
Sweet,
he
yeah.
rolls a 4.
You're right. Yeah, 6 does it. You can pick that one person up and still make it to the bank. Okay.
Fuckers.
Great. This werewolf is like crying in gratitude because he thought he was gonna be left behind. Yeah, so you pick up werewolf number 3 and you still have Hazel, and you are able to make it to the bank without an issue. And so you can make it inside the doors or wait on the steps for Ivan, up to you.
I'm gonna set them down and then wait for Ivan.
I point at you and say, "Shut that door!
No.
Shut it!"
Oh.
Okay, that's everybody. That is the tornado's turn. This feels so much less
Friends
exciting
left behind.
without music.
Yeah, it's very much less
It's
dramatic.
so quiet. Why, Groovy? Why? I'm gonna try kicking him and bringing him
I'll
back.
do the music. Ooh, I'm a windstorm, la, I'm a windstorm,
Let's
la, I'm a
disconnect him.
windstorm, la, la, I'm a windstorm. Was that good music?
So good. So
The
good.
best.
Beautiful.
I know, right?
Let's see if we can just like break.
I'm trying to make
Yeah, it's not
windstorm
coming back
noises
right now.
No,
here.
that's so sad. You must be down. Really down,
Whoosh.
man.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Alright, Groovy, hope you're
Why
having a
does
good
everybody
day.
sound like they're taking a pee?
They're like, I'm just having a break. I'm just hydrating. So good. Okay.
Ah, windstorm, run away! I'm a villager.
Let's see. I'll try to just pull it up on you. Ads.
Yeah.
But I can use the same.
And if we do get ads, the person that threw the ad needs to sponsor us.
Punch
There
it.
we go.
But Dory, I need you to jump out of my pocket and live on.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm holding on for my dear life.
There we go. Okay, at least I have dramatic music. You folks might not be able to see it, but you're welcome to click the link just to get the gist of like how it sounds. But at least I have music on this side. It just felt like it was so like I wasn't jazzed enough without it. Okay, all right. Here we go. Like I can't do a tornado's turn without like having a tornado, sound, music here. All right, tornado is
Now
bearing
that's a
down.
tornado.
Tornado hits the square. At this point, there is no longer any buildings in its way, so this thing's movement doubles. So it is about 60 feet into the square at the beginning of the turn, and it then has another, basically 120 feet to make it to you folks at the bank, and it is basically going to make it right up to that 90 feet, or like 30 feet away from you guys. So 30 feet away from the bank at this point is where the tornado is. It rips through the square once more, taking out a few more of these kind of straggling city folk who have not been able to make it out of the square. You see them ripped away by the tornado. Like everyone's trying to reach out and like grab them, but it's too late and they are whipped into this windstorm. You are not able to see them once they disappear into the storm. They just seem to disappear into the wind. The square is pretty clear at this point. Everybody who could make it out of the square has made it and are scattered into the streets of the city. And for everyone else who were sucked into the tornado, there's no sign of them at this point. So it is about 30 feet away from the bank. Let's come back around. Hazel is currently with Cirrus. Hazel, you can tell Cirrus that this is really affecting Hazel. Hazel loves her city and loves her people, and she's just watched a bunch of them basically been ripped into this tornado. She looks pretty upset.
No, she didn't because I was covering her face with my wings.
No, she was actively trying to
nothing.
get these people out of the square. She would not have let that happen. She This is her duty. She's very committed to her
Duty.
people. You said duty. This is such a dramatic moment, but you said duty.
DM.
Oh, so good. That is also Claire's turn. Claire was, Claire, where were you? Claire was almost a movement behind,
Be right back. My
Well,
cat
she was-
is really yelling.
but she's super fast.
Yeah, she's super fast.
Where would you be, Claire? She was about 30 feet on the last turn. She's super close. I'm gonna roll just a dex check here. Claire, actually I should pull up her sheet. Hold on. Now that I'm sort of playing as Claire for a second.
I think her movement speed is.
It's very high,
35,
but I need her
isn't it? Or-
dex. Okay, dexterity plus. Shoot, she rolled a freaking 9. I mean, I rolled a 9, sorry. And the tornado rolled a, 18. Claire, you are watching. Claire's just about to step onto the steps of this bank and get away from this tornado, but...
Claire watches herself.
Yeah, Claire's watching herself. You are watching Claire. So Ivan, you can see this. Anybody who's standing right now on the steps of the bank, you are sort of just outside of this tornado's reach as it's bearing down on you. Claire is almost at the bank, right at the side, and just at the last second, you see whoosh, she gets pulled into the tornado and disappears from sight. That is Gilm's turn. Gilm is on the steps. She kind of cries out and points at how Claire has just disappeared, looks at all of you on the steps, and is sort of gesturing you, and she's going to run into the bank along with Argonis, Corinth, and Lena, who are already there. That is onto Argonis' turn. You are currently in the bank.
So I'm holding the door open. Ivan, Cirrus, get in here!
Okay, cool.
I'm just holding the door open and watching.
Okay,
this
what I will do...
windstorm does.
Yeah, I'll let you kind of hold a help action just in case, if anybody needs it. And that way, if anybody else needs help on their turn, you can bring them into the building. I don't think they're going to at this point because they're pretty close, but because if you don't have anything to do at the moment, you're just kind of waiting. So I'll say a help action for
Right,
closing the
I'm just
door
kinda
or
standing
something
there.
like that. Yeah, yeah, you're just ready. Corinth is going to do the same. Corinth sort of is going to stand on the other side of the door from you, and you both are going to just be kind of ready to shut this thing. That is Werewolf's turn. They are currently picked up by a couple people, and they were slid into the building. So 2 of the werewolves are already in the building. 1 is still with Cirrus. They're fine. Fine in the sense that they're not in a tornado. That is Lena's turn.
It's fine.
Everything is awesome. Lena, that's your turn.
Everything is
You are
cool when
currently
you're part
in the
of a
bank.
team.
So one, was I able to see Claire get sucked into the tornado? And I almost said tomato. That is not what that is.
Yeah,
Doesn't
suck
it
as
just
like a
change
tomato.
this whole... Yeah,
Suck
it
into
was
a
actually
tomato.
a giant tomato that's just been sucking everybody in. It was just trying to catch up. Boo. Okay, that, Lena, from where you are in the bank, you would not have seen Claire get sucked into the tornado.
Okay, and also how close is the tornado to being basically at the bank where Argonis and the other guy is holding open the door, as I'm imagining that it's super close.
Yeah, it's 30 feet away, so very close.
So I just start to yell at Argonis, being like, "You need to close the door! Do you not see the wind earthquake?
The wind earthquake.
Do you not see it? Do you not see the tomato? You need to close the door!"
I think I might have noticed it. I also noticed that one of our party members just got sucked up.
Yes! Wait, what?
Yes! Claire's gone!
You need to close the door! We'll help her now!
But Ivan and Cirrus are still out there.
And Vittore.
Continuously
And
am using my
Vittore!
hands of
Oh my God, I forgot
closing the
about
door.
Vittore.
Okay,
How can you forget about Vittore?
Lena, do you want to help
So
with the
sorry.
door, or continue yelling.
I continue to yell, just a whole yell
just
action.
yelling
For
over
each
each
of the
other.
next
Yell
turn,
action,
I'm
yeah.
still yelling.
Just constant lane of yelling. Okay, Vittoria, that's your turn. You're currently in Ivan's pocket. You folks are just about to get onto the steps of the bank. You can stick with Ivan for the next turn or attempt to make it on your own to the door. I'm gonna say you're pretty light, so it would be probably fairly difficult for you.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, to make it to the door from this point because the tornado
Yeah.
is so close. So it might be
I
safer
would
for you
get
to
eaten
remain
by
in
the
the
tornado.
pocket. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on to Ivan as best as I can.
Yeah. Hold on for
And-
dear life.
Yes, while still screaming at the tornado to just fuck off.
Just a constant stream of swear words towards this tornado. Yeah. You want to roll me another tornado intimidation check?
Absolutely.
Just for flavor.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse.
What did you
My
get?
first roll was a 12, right? It's a
Yeah.
1 right now.
Oh god, yeah, it's so... It's just sad. Just sad now. You're just yelling at this tornado. It just, you know what? It gets so mad, it's just gonna move the extra 30 feet. Just kidding. No, nothing happens. Nothing happens with
If
tornado.
you would do that, Nicole, I would have to fly to Canada to speak to you in Dutch.
It just makes it the extra 30 feet and picks you up. Just kidding. No, nothing happens. You just look really sad. That's Ivan's turn.
I will use command on the tornado. No, that would no. All right. So one thing, if I make it, I can make it into the building just fine now. Correct?
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to ask, because
Mhm.
I have a spell I wish to cast.
Okay.
It's with touch, but we don't really use components. So I was just making sure it would be okay.
Yeah, like you mean it need like the spell would usually use components? Is that what you're saying? But
Correct. It says like I would have a pair of platinum rings. But it's like most all other spells we haven't really been using the.
yeah, like with it when it comes to like
components
the
of.
lesser stuff, I'm not as big of a worry. How hard is it to get
Yeah.
platinum rings?
50 gold.
I'm gonna say for your first use of it, it's fine. I'd say
Okay.
if you use it, then you're gonna have to go out and like specifically say I need to buy platinum rings or like let me know.
Well, I guess I'm going to give my
Yeah.
wifey a ring soon.
But yeah, I'd say for the first time, because I would assume that if you've prepared a new spell, you would prepare it probably by
Yeah.
getting the ingredients for it. But things like later on, if anybody has something where they have to use a diamond or something, like we're gonna need to find a diamond. Like it's not gonna be
Yeah.
as easy. But for the lesser stuff where it's like you need a branch, that's fine.
I got a branch.
I'm not gonna make you dig around for that or like stones or whatever else or
Yeah.
scrolls, things like that. Like don't worry about it. Parchment. So yeah, for this one, I'd say you could use it for the first time. So this goes for kind of anybody if you have a big spell that needs something that seems a little less easy to find in your pocket, or something that you wouldn't normally carry around as an adventurer. Then you can use it the first time, and then after that, you're gonna have to find those components again or buy them again from the store.
Yep.
Okay, go for it. What do you need? What are
Alright,
you gonna
so
do?
We're going to get inside, and I'm
Mhm.
going to go over and like put myself on. Oh wait. No, Hazel's inside now, right?
Cirrus and Hazel made it to the steps. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
So I'm just going to grab her, get her all the way in. If that's okay with you.
You can
Okay.
drag both of them in if you would like.
All right.
If Cirrus,
I drag everybody in because I want to put my thing on. Oh, that I shouldn't say that. I want to cast a spell on on Hazel. There we go.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I'd say if you're grabbing everybody in, so if you're pulling in Cirrus, Hazel, and the werewolf that Cirrus is holding, that would probably have to be a full action. Just because you're carrying all three of those, like you're pulling all three of those people into the building.
Marcus, drop her.
But yeah, if you just kind of want to pull Hazel from Cirrus,
Ooh,
I would allow it as
Huh?
part of the movement.
who are you telling me to drop?
Ivan
Hazel.
would like to cast a spell on Hazel.
What
but
are you
would need
casting on
to
Hazel?
be-
What are you doing?
It's a thing. Don't worry about it.
No, no, no. I'm not dropping Hazel without
Very
you telling
fake.
me.
It's warding bond.
Of what?
Warding bond. Okay, I will read. All right. It's warding bond. This spell wards with a willing creature if I touch them and give them a ring. We connect. It makes a magical connection between her and I, or anybody per se. While the target is within 60 feet of me, they gain a +1 to bonus of AC and all saving throws. And is resistant to all damage. Also, if they take damage, I will take damage at the same amount. That's what it is.
Okay. I mean, my turn's after yours, so I can't drop
Yeah.
her, but you can take her from me.
Yeah.
I take her from you.
Okay, so Ivan, you sort of scoop Hazel up on the way by to bring her into the bank. Cirrus, you are still on the steps with the other werewolf. You have your turn will be shortly. Ivan, okay, so you're gonna cast this warding bond on Hazel.
Correct.
Okay, and you offer her a ring. Can you?
Yes.
Can you demonstrate what you are telling her as you give her this ring? Considering you've been calling
We
her
don't have a
wifey.
whole lot of time. Take this, put it on your finger. Trust me.
Ivan, I think we really need to talk about.
Shut up and just put it on your finger. Listen. I'm trying to heal you and protect you. This is for your own good.
She sighs and just nods, like half shaking her head, half like nodding up and down, like okay. Puts the ring on, just like is very unsure. But
Warding bond. I don't know why I have to yell it like that, but he does.
you
Because
just
we're
do.
in an anime.
Yeah. Do you want to describe if anything like special happens when you cast this, like with the rings or anything like that?
So I would say both rings glow
Okay.
and emit a nice little chain connection looking thing. It would it's looks a little bit spiritual, just kind of glows and connects them together.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and you now, I would say, like, feel a bit of a draw to this other person, kind of from your ring as well. Like, you just can feel that connection now a little bit more. She sort of smiles a little bit at you, Ivan, and again is, like, turned towards the door, like, hoping that Cirrus is going to make it in. Cirrus, that is your turn. You are just outside the door to the bank. You can make it in there, and then we currently have Corinth and Argonis are holding an action on the door to close it. So you can definitely make it into the bank, and then you can help with the door, or if there's something else you want to do.
Yeah, Cirrus is gonna be like muttering, "Stupid freaking tornado! What the? Why is this? Why?" And like running into the bank. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. For the first half of like this segment, I thought we were talking about like a riverbank, and I was very confused. But I was.
Why are we going to the river?
Wait, why? How is there a door
Take
on
me
the
to the
riverbank?
I was just going with it. I was very confused.
I can see why you would be very confused about us trying to make it to a riverbank. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Oh
will.
god.
Why are we running towards the river?
That seems really unsafe,
Damn.
everybody.
Go first swim.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so now that you know it's a real bank, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I got that after like steps and door and
Okay, okay.
person that's like, this is a really expensive door. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna close the doors.
Okay,
So
and you're
that-
gonna help close the door. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
You roll me a strength check, please. Argonis, roll me a strength check, and I'm rolling a strength check for Corinth. Go from there.
I got a nat 1.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh,
Argonis, tell me you
I didn't
rolled
do
well.
Much better. I got a 7.
Shoot, so did. Oh my god, you and Corinth are freaking twins. He
Do I have
rolled
to
a
turn around and
7-2.
shut the doors for you guys?
Okay, so at this point, the tornado is so close, like the air pressure in the building and like outside of it are such like this opposing force. The door is so hard for you all to close. You are all pushing hard against it, but you are not able to fully close this door. The tornado is next. As you're trying to push this door closed, this thing, it just feels so alive. It moves right up to the bank. You can feel it whipping across the stone pillars. The two doors get torn right off the hinges and ripped outside the building. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my god. Oh my
Hazel
god.
gets a +1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hazel rolls a
Oh,
20.
fuck.
Nice. So you said Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
I got a 12.
Okay.
17.
How much? 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
I roll a 6.
They're in my pocket.
Am I dying?
A 6 for Vittori. Oh god, okay. Ivan, what did you get?
I rolled a 13. I'm double checking if the bond thing helps me as well.
Okay.
Okay, it does not.
Okay, so you got a 13. Elena?
I got a 13.
I got an 18.
18. Oh, okay. Basically, okay, this is gonna suck. Argonis, Vittore, the werewolves, the two werewolves that are not being held by Cirrus currently, and yeah, so Argonis, the two werewolves, and Vittore, you folks are going to get ripped into this tornado. Everyone else, you managed to
sucked out of Ivan's pocket.
yeah, it's so like you're just whoo! Everyone else, you managed to either grip onto the side of the door frame, or you're grabbing onto a counter in the bank, or holding on for dear life as this tornado is ripping through. You see it pull Argonis and Vittore and two of the werewolves who were just kind of on the floor. They had nothing to grab onto. They are ripped out through the doorway and into this roaring tornado here. A few of the people that were in the bank as well that didn't manage to grab onto anything are also swept out of the door. I will play it as we go. Back around to Hazel. Hazel rolled very well. She managed to grab onto a post that she was standing next to. She is safe at this point. It's holding on for dear life. I'm going to roll her another Constitution saving throw. Shoot. That's an 8. Hazel gets ripped into the tornado.
No! Hazel!
No!
Oh shit.
No!
You gave her a +1?
Seriously's immediately gonna let go and just go after her.
No. Yeah, wait, she's it. I'm holding her.
You were still holding her?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I'll let
I
you
was
give her a
holding you
help
as
action.
well.
Yeah, you were in my pocket.
Everyone was being held.
Okay, because I'll say that you were holding her, I gave her advantage, so she rolled a 16. She's safe. Just kidding, we'll take it back. That emotional roller coaster. Hazel is safe for this round. Okay, that is... Who else is still in here? Oh yeah, two of our werewolves. I better split these up. Werewolf 3 was just like... Werewolf 3 ended up being the lucky guy, considering he got left behind the first time.
This bot is so broken right now.
There we go. Okay, I know, bot. What is going on?
I've been
That
having to
is...
a fight with him the whole time.
Oh, well, thank you for your battle, your current battle. That is now Claire's turn, who in the last round got sucked into the tornado. Claire's not here, so I won't. Well, Claire, you're not here, right, buddy baby?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Not yet.
If she pops in, we'll. So what? I'm not gonna describe it for Claire because Claire's not here, and that kind of seems not necessary at the moment. So Claire is still currently in the tornado. That is Gilm. Rolling Constitution for Gilm. Shoot. God, I'm a terrible roller. Gilm gets sucked in the tornado.
Oh my god.
Come back! I told you to close the door!
Why?
Gilm disappears into the tornado. Argonis. All right, around to Argonis. Argonis, you
Hi.
are now in the tornado. So basically at this point, nobody can see you, but you've been swept out this door into the body of the tornado. You are swept into you think it would just be this like cyclical motion that you're going through, but basically you get swept into what looks like this other plane of existence. So as soon as you get swept in the tornado, there's a brief moment where everything is roaring around you. You can feel the wind hitting you. Bits of debris are flying around your head, and like bouncing off of you as you're swept into this tornado. You do kind of like a couple rounds through. You're very dizzy, but then suddenly you're in this space. It seems way too calm for being in a tornado. You're sort of just floating in this dark area. There's like a little bit of light. You think you can see people around you, but you can't hear anything. It's just dark enough that you can't make out who the people are that are around you, but you all seem to be suspended in this space. Do you want to try anything?
Can I light a torch in my hand?
Yeah.
And just look around, see if yeah, I'm just gonna look around and see. Well, number one, if there's a portal.
Okay.
Am I still here?
Yep, you are. I was just like listening as you were describing what you were up to. Okay, so you light a torch in your hand. You light it up, and what you can see is there are people around you. Everyone seems to be a little bit confused. A couple people are like awake. So you see Gilm, just as you're in there looking around, Gilm sort of pops into this tornado beside you. Claire is on the other side. You can see her. She's also awake and looking around. The regular townsfolk are just like out of it, totally unconscious, that you can kind of see drifting about this inside of this tornado. You also see sort of the two other werewolves that are in here. You see Vittore floating near you. Vittore is also awake. But everyone else seems to be fairly unconscious. So pretty much everyone outside of like our hardy adventurers have been knocked unconscious by this process, but you folks are a little bit hardier. So what you see is you see the people around you as you light your torch. Roll me a perception check for if you can find anything else.
Okay. That is a natural 20. So
Sweet. Cool. Okay.
Perception. Where's my perception? Oh, natural 22.
Wait, okay. You take a look around this weird space that you're in. You can't see an edge to this thing. You see people are floating around you, and they appear to be in this sort of grouping, but there doesn't like look to be a circular edge to this thing like you would expect because you're inside this circular tornado, but you don't see anything else kind of beyond. It's just this space. What you do notice as you look down, Argonis, is this bright light that sort of centers in the middle of all of you in this group, right like below all of you. You can't tell the distance of this thing, but there's this bright pulsing light at the bottom of this tornado plane of existence. You can't tell what it is from here, but it is pulsing at the bottom of this space.
Alright, so there's no floor. We're just kind of like floating.
Yeah, you can't see a floor. You can't even see anything. You guys are just like floating in this strange, sort of cloudy looking area. You can't see walls or ceiling or floor. It's just distance.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm gonna reach out and like grab Vittore to stop him from floating away.
Sure, I'll allow you guys. We're pretty close together.
Are you okay?
Hey, Argonis.
Hey.
What's up, my man?
How are you feeling? I have no idea where we are right now.
I think we're in Disneyland.
I'm sorry, we can't say that. This is copyright infringement.
I think we're in.
Mouse
Mouseland. It's their new ride. Just open.
Mouseland.
Okay. We'll move it along. We'll let Argonis and Vittore, because Vittore's turn will come up as well. We'll let Vittore do an action if he would like in a moment. Back outside the tornado plane, Corinth in the bank is going to make a Constitution save and roll. Oh god, nat 1! gotta trade out my dice.
Corinth, come
Corinth
on.
is sucked into the tornado. Had to follow his buddy Argonis. Had to be twins.
Hey, how's it going?
Tornado. So Corinth burst into this tornado beside you. Suddenly appears in this plane next to you, Argonis and Vittori. Corinth looks around and goes, "What the? Argonis, Vittori. Well, at least you're here. I really thought I was gonna die there, but this
We're not
seems
dead, I don't
more
think.
comfortable than the rest of existence, to be honest." Kind of looks around at everything, sees Gilm. Ah, Gilm! God, we gotta get home, Gilm. Gilm's like, I know, this seems like a really long day. I just want to get out of here. They all sort of look around. Argonis, you probably point out the weird shiny thing at the bottom.
Any idea what that is? I like to
Corinth,
point down.
Corinth and Gilm both look down as well. No, I've got no idea. I mean, it's the only extra thing we can see. Might be a good idea to get a closer look. Can we move in here?
I haven't tried.
Corinth is gonna make an attempt at some movement. Nope. Rolls a nat 1 again. That dice sucks.
Alright.
Corinth does this little, like, flapping motion in the air. Doesn't seem to be able to make any kind of movement. Shakes his head. Well, I can't seem to move anywhere. Okay, that is going to be back around to... Well, my werewolves are... 2 of the werewolves are in the tornado, so they're just kind of... They're regular for the most part, but they're just confused, so they're just generally floating in the tornado plane. Werewolf 3 is still with Cirrus. That is Elena's turn. Elena, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm still yelling, Argonis, you should have closed the door! I got a 19.
Nice. You're safe. You managed to hang on. So now that you've made that Constitution saving throw, let me know if you would like to do anything. At the moment, this tornado is whipping around the room. This wind, this powerful force is just clearing out this bank, like left and right. People are being pried off of things around you and just torn into this tornado. You can try things if you would like. If there's anything you want to try, or you can just hang on until the next round.
What am I currently holding on to, and is there anything else around me that I could, like, move to that's maybe, like, closer to other people to grab them and hold them down so they don't also fling into this tomato?
Sure. By people, are you meaning people in your party or random townsfolk?
Any people.
Okay, you are sort of in the center of the bank, so you sort of grabbed onto one of the pillars that's in the middle of the room. So you could make your way closer to sort of the door area where Ivan and Cirrus are, and Hazel. So the 3 of them are still outside of the tornado, and they are closer to the door. It's a little dangerous to try to make it there. They're kind of hanging on to various pieces of pillar or counter space. And then sort of behind you, the people that are still in the bank are the ones that were able to sort of get behind these, like, stone counters and kind of shelter in place there.
I'll just stay where I am.
Cool. Okay. You could probably hold a help action if Ivan or Cirrus or Hazel try anything if you would like.
Yes, I'll do that, because I can't reach them right now, so.
Great. Okay, Vittori, you are in the tornado. So you are sort of with the group of the tornado club that's hanging out in this plane. You are, kind of hanging out with Argonis. So now at this point, you're probably just on Argonis' shoulder or that kind of thing. Is there anything you'd like to try?
So what does it like look like? Is it just nothingness? Or does
It's
it look
not
like a
nothing.
room?
Yeah, it's not like you're in black space where it's just nothing at all. It's like you're in way too calm of a storm. You're kind of floating in clouds, like dark blue and gray clouds that are just very still. And there's not a lot of movement here. It's very quiet, like it feels like your ears are plugged. Like everything you're hearing when people are talking to you just feels like you're hearing it, from plugged ears, basically. And then the only thing that's really seems solid or different than the rest of the space is either the people around you and then the glowing, pulsing light that's coming from below you.
Okay. So I have like an idea who this could have been, but I forgot her name, so I'm not gonna make assumptions. That laugh makes me think I might be right.
I don't know. I don't know who you're thinking of, but I think it's cool that you have a guess. I like it.
So I would like to just scream, just hello, and see if I can like get a response out of something or anything or someone.
Okay. Roll me.
A scream check.
Yeah, roll me just like a d20, and you can add like a proficiency on there. Or what a scream.
Proficiency. I have a proficiency in screaming.
In screaming, exactly. Let me just pull up your here and see what we could use. Can't remember what I've used for sort of yells before, but yeah, so like your proficiency bonus, just add a +3.
Okay.
Yeah, your d20 plus a +3. I think sometimes we've done performance, but I think a +3 is fine.
So that would make a 14.
14? Okay.
Yes.
You yell out. Are you saying anything in particular, did you say?
Just hello, and like also to see if I maybe get an echo or something.
Okay. You yell out with your hello. You don't hear anything back. There's no echo or anything. So nothing at this moment happens from yelling out.
Okay.
Do you want to try anything to move, or you're going to wait on that?
Yeah, I would like to just see what happens if I try to like do the swimming motion.
Sure. Okay. Roll me a d20, and you can add your intelligence.
So my intelligence is +1.
Yeah.
Or do you mean my intelligence? Okay.
Yeah, you're +1. Yeah.
Okay. Which would give me a 16.
Okay. Vittori, where are you hoping to move to?
Just swim around, basically.
Okay. Yeah, with a 16, you are able to direct your movement. So you get a little bit like away from Argonis, and you're able to sort of make your way back. It seems to be you have to really focus on where you are trying to get to, which can be hard in where you are because it's just this space. But if you sort of focus on, okay, I'm going to go to this spot, or I'm going to go to Argonis, you seem to be able to move. It's still slow, but you seem to be able to move through the space.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Okay. All right. Back outside the tornado into the bank. We have Ivan's turn. Ivan, roll me first a Constitution saving throw.
20.
Nice. You save. You're still in the bank, so now you can do your turn. So now you've saved. You're in the bank. Is there anything that you want to do? Do you want to try to barricade yourselves a little more, collect up at everybody a little bit more, or just hang around for next turn?
I want to go into the vault.
Into the vault. Okay. It is at the back of the bank, so you'll have to kind of do some movement to the back. So let's do... I don't want to do like you'd have to jump from point to point. Roll me 3 d20s for distance, and I'll tell you where you get to.
And I would like to bring Hazel along, though.
Okay.
I want to get her away from the door.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so roll 3.
Yeah, roll 3 d20s. What'd you get?
Oh, it's making it hard to roll just a straight d20 here. All right, first one's an 18.
Okay.
Second's a 14.
Yeah.
Last one is an 8.
Okay. I think that's pretty good. So your first two were pretty high. So what you do is you basically, I'm just having you roll to see like what points you can jump to in the bank to get to the vault. Your biggest jump would be that first one, basically to get to the counters. And with an 18, you made it to the counter space. With a 14, you're sort of crawling along the counters as you go, like keeping hold of it so you're not being swept away. And then that last piece to get to the vault right behind the main counter, you managed to make it there. The vault looks to be closed, but the banker that had spoken to you about the door, or spoken to Argonis and Corinth about the door being expensive, is still here clinging to the counter. So you could potentially have the banker unlock the vault, but he is just like a small halfling, so he is clinging on for dear life here. It's just movement, so I would probably let you either try an action or talk to the banker.
Open this.
He's
Also,
like,
welcome back.
is Bunny Baby back?
Yeah, Buddy Baby's back.
Yois. Okay, so this banker's like clinging on to the side of the counter. He like shakes his head. No, I can't let go.
You'll be fine. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
No. No.
I will throw you into that if you do not come here.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'll roll intimidation. 23.
Yeah, he rolled a 4. You're very intimidated. He reaches out his little hand. You can grab onto him and sort of pull him up to you. He begins entering in this extensive combination into the side of this vault. It is so long, it will take him until next turn to get it open.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's like this complicated, ridiculous looking vault. Okay, so he is working on that until the next turn. Perfect. Okay, that is Sirius's turn.
I should probably try closing the door, eh?
The doors
those
are
doors been ripped
gone.
off.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, wait. I was. No, sorry. I was
No
not
worries.
paying
So
attention.
you currently are still holding on to one of the werewolves. And then you're sort of near the door still. So you were kind of helping. So you're hanging onto this door frame, hanging onto this werewolf that's with you. You can do the same thing if you want to try to move further into the bank with Ivan. I'll have you roll the 3d20s to see if you can get to that spot.
Also, did you have Lena
Constitution.
on a hold?
I am on a hold.
Lena, has like a help action happening. She can help
Okay.
if she wants to. Anybody that's sort of near her.
If she wants to, but she
If
does
she
not
wants
want
to. Lena,
I
we
probably
never
don't want
know.
to.
We never know. But Sirius, first roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. 16.
Nice. Okay, you save.
Nice.
It's just me. I just roll bad. Okay.
Oh God. Alright.
Okay, you save Constitution. Now, if you want to move further into the bank, roll me your 3d20s to see if you can get to the vault or wherever you'd want to go.
If I do not make it into the bank, if I don't get good enough rolls, will I fly into the tornado?
So no, you've rolled your Constitution.
You already rolled against it.
The 3 is just for me to see how far you can get through the bank by grabbing on to different things, like safely,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest roll would need to be the first one to get sort of to the counters. If not, then you'd make it to maybe another pillar and
Am
get slightly
I
closer.
adding anything onto this?
Nah,
Is there a
just
mod-
straight D20.
Okay.
Also,
10.
are you dragging the last wolf guy?
Yeah.
6
Okay.
and 13.
Okay, so the first one's not quite enough for you to make it to the counters along the side to kind of drag yourself along more easily. You make it to the next pillar. I'm gonna say basically you get to Lena's spot. So you and Lena are now sort of clinging to pillars next to each other a little bit further into the bank. You're about halfway down the bank towards the vault, but at least you and Lena and this werewolf are more like closely together. Lena's still holding a help, but at this point there's not a lot to help with Lena. Everybody's just kind of hanging on. Okay. That is the tornado's turn. On this round, the tornado is already in the bank. It is not going to move out of the bank, but it is going to force you all who are still clinging to roll one more Constitution saving roll, please. Anybody who's still clinging on inside the bank, roll me another Constitution.
17.
Nice.
I got a 9.
You got a what?
9.
9. Okay. Hazel also got a 17. So Hazel, Ivan, and Lena, you folks are safe. Cirrus with a 9, you are ripped into the tornado along with your werewolf buddy. Lena, actually, you are right next to Cirrus. Lena, you could give a
Your
help
hold
action here
action.
and try to hold on to Cirrus. Cirrus, roll me another dice and see if you get better than that.
Oh, sure. Save Cirrus.
Do I have to roll the dice or does Cirrus have to roll the dice?
17.
Whew, okay.
Hey.
Lena, at the last moment, just as Sirius is about to be ripped away with his werewolf that he's hanging out with, you go, oh yeah, I should probably like help you. You reach out and grab a hold of Sirius's cloak, and you manage to like wrench him back towards the pillar.
I don't know how you did that, considering I'm 9 feet
Yeah,
tall and
exactly.
you're very small.
Yeah,
So
very,
strong.
very impressive. Lena manages
I told
to
Argonis
grab you
to
back.
close the door.
Just the power of her anger at this point is able to drag you back in.
Isn't that the new power of friendship?
No,
Yeah.
the power of
No,
fight.
no, no.
Power of
Definitely not.
anger.
Pure anger.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so everyone that's still in the bank is still in the bank. You have not been torn into the tornado just yet. That's back around here to Hazel's turn. Basically Hazel is just going to also help you, Ivan, with holding the banker in place so the banker can keep working on this vault. That is Claire's turn. Welcome back.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
So Claire,
Yep.
you missed a couple things. You did not quite make it to the bank where everybody is hiding from the tornado, and you were snatched up into this tornado as it spun through the square. They have only just had one turn where they saw what the inside of the tornado looks like, and so now I can describe it a bit more to you. So basically, Claire, you got ripped into this tornado for a little bit. It's like you're in a tornado and you're whipped about in the wind, the debris is all over you, and then suddenly you appear in this alternate plane. It kind of looks like you are in the middle of a really dark storm cloud, but everything is way too calm. Everything is very still. You can hear small noises, but that's very much like your ears are plugged. You're hearing it through a fog. And as like slowly but surely, people of your party pop into existence in this tornado alongside you. So Gilm, Argonis, Corinth, 2 of the werewolves, and Vittore are currently inside this tornado plane with you. And you folks have been able to see that there is this glowing, pulsing light from a source below you. And Vittore just sort of discovered that as long as you're like concentrating and focusing, you can slightly move through this plane of existence. Okay. Claire, what would you like to do?
Try and figure out where this portal goes to. Try and like look at it.
Like the light, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you can definitely try to move towards it. From here, it's like, it's hard to tell how far this thing is away from you. So you can attempt to make some movement towards it. What you need to do is roll me a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
Oh, yay, that's fun. I'm not the smartest. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good roll. What's my intelligence modifier? Oh. 18.
Sweet. Okay. Claire, you sort of focus up really hard on this glowing light that is pulsing from below, and you slowly feel yourself moving towards it. It's really hard to tell distance in this space that you're in, and it doesn't look like it's getting bigger, but you can feel that you're moving in relation to the people around you. So you know that you're headed towards it, but it's really hard to tell if it's getting closer or not. But you can make your full movement. You just don't know how far that is.
if it changes anything, my movement is 45, not 30.
Yeah, it's a little different in this space.
Okay.
But yeah,
well,
it's just kind of like you are
I'm
definitely moving
putting it out
slower.
there so that it.
Yeah, you're moving slower than you would in regular life, and it's because there's nothing to relate your position to other than the other people. Like you don't know how fast you're moving. That is Gilm's turn. Gilm is a little out of her depth here. Like she's a thief slash she used to be like a nanny bodyguard. So at this point, she's a little bit out of her element. She's gonna see Claire sort of trying to move towards this glowing light. She can attempt to make a roll here. She doesn't do too badly. She's pretty smart. And she slowly as well begins to move towards this glowing light. Argonis, that's your turn.
Alright. Same thing. I'm gonna follow suit and start moving towards the glowing light.
Great. Yeah, roll an intelligence check, basically.
Alright. Not good. 5.
Okay. You're trying to concentrate, but like you're thinking about so many different things. Like you're wondering what's happening outside the tornado. You're wondering who
Maybe I
has the
should've
better
closed that door.
situation here. Like the people that are outside the tornado, are they in a better spot, or is it you folks that are in here that are kind of in a better spot? Are you all just gonna die momentarily? So like you're just worrying so hard about everything that you aren't able to totally focus on this movement. Everybody hydrate. Thanks so much for the hydrate. So you don't feel yourself moving very much. Maybe slightly, but you're not sure. That is on to Corinth's turn. Corinth isn't one for like really focusing, so he's gonna make an attempt. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a 10. He like sort of attempts to kind of stay alongside you, Argonis, and doesn't make a ton of movement either. And because you both are moving alongside each other, you can't tell if either of you are moving. Maybe everyone else is. So at this point, you're not sure if you've gone closer to the light or not. That is the 2 werewolves' turn. Again, they literally have no idea what's happening. These 2 werewolves are basically regular people with werewolf stats. So they have no idea what's happening. They're on the other side of the tornado from you folks, so they don't know what's going on. They're not going to make any attempt on this round to kind of do anything. They don't even really know each other, so that is Lena's turn. Lena, you are in the bank. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's what I was gonna ask. I have gotten a 10 this time.
And nothing added on to that?
That's it. That's the whole thing.
That's a fail. Okay.
No.
Lena, you have tried
held on
so
so
strong.
very hard.
Remember me?
Yeah. Lena,
told
you're
Argonis
so
to close the
busy.
door.
Yeah, you're so busy. Like, you've just like
You're
saved.
into existence right next to me too.
I just punched you right in the face.
Sorry, go ahead.
You've just
Yeah.
saved Cirrus from being pulled into the tornado, and you're busy telling Cirrus like how angry you are that Argonis didn't close the door on time. And as you're like going, you accidentally use your hands to be very expressive, and you let go of the pillar and are whipped away into the tornado. Lena, you're going to, basically appear near the other group of adventurers. There's that moment of confusion where you're literally flipping around in a tornado, and then suddenly you are in this very quiet space. You see everybody appears to be concentrating very, very hard on this light you can see, but you appear very close to the other group of adventurers that are here as well. You've just made it into the tornado, so you're not going to get quite like a movement or turn on this round just yet, but that will be Vittori's turn. Lena has just appeared, Vittori, and everyone else is attempting to head towards the light.
Oh, hello, Lena. How are you?
Don't go towards the light. It's the wrong idea.
And my cat is screaming again. Ignore that. So, what I would like to do is, I don't trust this light. I don't trust it one fucking bit. So I would like to try and shoot it with my crossbow.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, roll me an attack. It's pretty far away still. But if you roll pretty high on the attack here, it might happen. It would probably have to be a nat 20. You can try.
Okay. I'm rolling a net 18 plus 7 makes 25.
That's pretty good. Not a nat 20 though, but that's so good. You see.
It is above 20.
It is above 20, but it's not a nat 20. Like, this thing is far away. Like, it's very far. You'd have to be very, very.
You're bullying me.
Not bullying. I said it. I said you had to get a nat 20. This thing is pretty far away, but you do see that you can shoot in here. So you do like release from your crossbow, your arrow. You see it fly towards this glowing light, but it drops off like before the light. You don't see anything happen to the light itself, but at least you can shoot in this space. Your weapons do work.
Does my bolt move slower or like at normal speed?
It's hard to tell, but it looks like when it leaves your bow, like it looks like it's still normal speed when it leaves you, but you can't tell, like once it kind of starts going towards the light, like it's hard to relate it to anything. So when it leaves the bow, it looks like it's going pretty fast.
Okay.
Enough that it could probably hurt somebody if it hit them.
Okay.
Cool. All right. That is on to Ivan in the bank. Roll me Constitution.
12.
That just passes. Okay. Yeah, actually no, because 12. What did I do? I did it for Argonis was 12, and I said he didn't pass because it's literally just 12. I think it's not gonna
I'm
pass.
all the way into the bank.
So I know that's the
Argonis
thing.
was
You
at
are
the
pretty close
door.
to the bank. That's right. It's a good call. Let me roll for Tornado.
Roll
Tornado rolls a 1.
Yes.
So you luck out on this point. 'cause you are
Tornado
further in the
walks
bank.
away.
Tornado's like, nah, no thanks. But yeah, I was like, it was right on the cusp with Argonis. It was like 12 is the number, but Argonis was near the door, so I'll take it. Okay, that is Cirrus's turn. Cirrus, roll me. Oh wait, no, it's Ivan. Ivan has a turn now. Ivan, go.
What is that?
I'm sorry, I was thinking too
Fuck
much.
you,
Go ahead.
Ivan.
Ivan,
Wow.
on your turn, the banker has unlocked the vault. The vault is swinging open.
I guess we'll all go inside. I kind of wanted to throw the banker out, but because he pissed me
He's
off.
literally this tiny little halfling. You just have to like let go, and this guy's gonna fly into the tornado. So it is up to you.
All right. I will move into the bank, into the vault,
Okay.
and I will hold action until hopefully to get Cirrus in there as well.
Okay,
So I think
sure
that's him and the werewolf.
Sure. Yeah, you move into this vault. It is full of like gold and jewels. Like it's
Not
just
looking.
loaded in
Not
here.
looking.
As this door is opening, though, these jewels are like being sucked into the tornado. This banker that's like, you've got this banker by his shirt basically, and he's like, no, and he's trying to like grasp at these gold coins and stuff as they like fly by. He's trying to like tuck them in his pockets, and like he's like, oh my god, this is people's money, and he's like freaking out. This is like his bank. But like every time he grabs something, it's just making him heavier. Things are like dropping out of his like pant legs as he's trying to like tuck them in. But he's just getting like
Leave
heavier
them
and
or I
heavier.
let go.
No, I can't leave it.
One,
This is my reputation.
3.
The first time I roll high, he's very determined. He continues to stuff his shirt full of gold and jewels. He just is getting like heavier and heavier.
I have to let go of him if
him
he keeps
upside
doing this because I'm trying to hold an action.
Yeah, he's heavy. He's heavy. Do you want to let him go?
I'm about to because I wanted to try to get. I warned him.
Yeah,
All right, if
he
you don't
rolled
let
high.
go of that, I'm letting go of you.
He's very determined to keep holding on to this gold.
I let go and I hold the door.
He goes, "Ah!" and he spirals off into the tornado. The gold is like pouring out of his shirt and like out of his pants and everything.
banker.
And he disappears into this tornado in a sparkle of gold jewels. Yeah, he would He rolled like an 18 for like determination to get this gold. He was not gonna stop. Okay, so Ivan, you are in the bank. You're in the vault. You're holding on to your action to hopefully help Cirrus.
So I'm holding my action till before the tornado's turn. If the tornado's turn, I shut the door.
Okay, sweet. And I'm assuming you brought Hazel in with you as well.
Correct.
Great. Okay, so Hazel's in the vault with you too. Cirrus, that's your turn. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
God, I'm so stressed.
Yeah. You have one turn. Better make it.
Guys,
Oh,
I got
no.
a nat one.
Oh no!
Oh,
Welcome to the Tornado Club.
I tried so hard for so long.
The halfling hits you on the way out.
Yeah. That one is so bad. Cirrus is like, nice, we got the vault open, and Cirrus is gonna attempt to like make for the vault, but just as you go, Ivan lets go of this halfling full of gold,
He
and
hits me out.
yeah, the halfling hits you
I'm
like
gonna
right,
yell as I go out.
right in
Ivan!
the face. And as the halfling disappears, so does Cirrus into the tornado.
I shut the vault.
And Ivan shuts the vault. All right, Ivan and Hazel are now inside the vault. The vault is literally pure metal. Like, unless the tornado's gonna pick up the whole thing, it can't do much at this point. So on the tornado's turn, nobody is currently outside of the tornado other than Hazel and Ivan. So you two are safe. You don't have to roll me a Constitution saving throw. It is very calm inside the vault at this point. That is back around to Hazel. There's not a lot Hazel can do in the vault, but she does look very worried. She turns to you, Ivan. Thank you, Ivan, but what do we do about all our friends? What are we supposed to do? Do you think they're still alive?
They should be able to land okay.
They can land on their feet. They have feet. It's okay.
Yeah, I have no clue what's happening on the inside. Cirrus has wings. He'd be fine.
It'll be fine. Okay. Let's see here.
We can't do anything right now. We just have to weigh this out. Just wait
Yeah.
this out.
Hazel looks visibly upset and agitated. I have rolled for her. She rolls a 9. Nothing at this moment happens. That is on to
Oh, God.
My God.
Claire's turn.
Can I wait, did the vault lock when I shut it?
It is closed. Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
fuck.
closed.
Okay.
That is.
Oh, you needed me for this. Oh, yeah. Oh, and
I
don't even
throw
have
her
any
into the
spells.
tornado.
Oh god. That is around to Claire's turn. Claire, you are in the tornado and you are making your way towards the light. You can roll me another movement if you want to keep going.
It's going to notice that weaponry seems to go at about normal speed, so throwing something would be faster than she is. So she's going to note that, and
Yeah, roll me a like I want to say wisdom check for this one. Roll me wisdom.
is that a wisdom, like just straight wisdom, or
Just straight
wisdom
wisdom.
save, or wisdom?
Just, yeah, like
Okay.
so d20 and just add
Because
your wisdom.
wisdom is like
modifier.
is almost maxed for me.
Nice,
so.
yeah. Yeah, roll me a wisdom. Just
And-
like you're contemplating everything that you've just noticed here in this weird tornado verse, as you said. So just roll me a wisdom to see what you can piece together.
Nat 20, and my wisdom's like, my wisdom modifier is 4. My wisdom saving is 7 because it's the one that I have. My
Yeah, it's not a saving throw. It's just
Proficient. Okay, so plus 4, so not 20 plus 4.
Sweet, 24. You got nat 20?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're like on your way to this light. You've just seen Vittori has fired this weapon. You notice like that when you're moving, you have to really concentrate on where you're going. You can kind of tell that certain people who are not concentrating as hard are barely moving, and others that are really focused are able to move a little bit farther. And then you kind of think, okay, well, when I'm, say if you're firing a weapon, you have to focus really, really hard on that weapon to make sure you're firing it properly and making sure you're hitting your target. So that makes sense. Like something that you're using a lot of focus on is going to move faster and move farther than something that is not being focused on or not being thought about really, really hard. So something about this plane of existence is like both chaotic, but also now at this point is very like intelligence and focus based.
Oh, then I have both the most brilliant and stupid plan that I could possibly have.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, yes. Yes, so this is going to sound very stupid as I do it, but I
Okay.
will explain.
Okay.
Claire is going to use her wild shape to turn into a starry dragon.
Okay.
In this form, I cannot roll below a 10 on wisdom or intelligence
Great.
or con saving throws.
Great.
Or, yeah, wisdom, intelligence checks or con saving throws.
Okay.
So, basically, my intelligence is increased.
Great. Okay.
So, I take the turn to become a dragon.
Sweet. Everyone else just notices that Claire has turned into this strange starry dragon in the middle of this weird space. Guillaume and Corinth, I don't think I've seen this before. They freak out. They think everybody's about to burst into starlight, so they freak out a little bit here. Guillaume's like, what the? And then Guillaume was like following you and like does like a full stop, like doesn't want to go any further because she's afraid she's gonna be turned into stars. So on her turn, she's
I
like,
can still talk in this form because it's technically still me. And Claire's just gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Guillaume's like, guys,
I'm a-
guys, don't go
I'm
any
a
farther. You're gonna
star
turn into
druid.
stars. Look what happened to Claire. Look what happened to Claire.
Turn into stars. I am a star druid. I did it intentionally.
Guillaume is
We're
too freaked
fine.
out on her turn to make an attempt at moving any farther. She's gonna stop. Argonis, that's your turn.
So I'm just gonna. So I saw Lena pop in. So hey, so about that door.
Just Lena furious.
I'm just gonna turn and move towards the light. I'm not gonna say anything.
Roll me your intelligence check.
13.
Sweet. Yeah, that's not bad. You slowly begin making your way towards the light here. You're not quite caught up to where like Claire would be, but you're making your way towards the light. You can tell that you're kind of moving now a little bit faster than the people around you. Do you want to try anything else?
Also, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be close enough because it only has a 30-foot range. But can I try throwing a fireball at it at the light? Because I saw
can-
Vittori shoot a bolt at it.
Yeah, you can try, but you're right. 30 feet's probably not going to be enough. But you can try.
Okay. That would probably miss anyway. It's a 10 total.
Yeah, no. You do throw your firebolt. You can see that it goes like for its 30 feet or whatever, but it's not hitting anything and it fizzles out of existence.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Great. Corinth is freaking out as Claire burst into stars. But Corinth kind of wants to hang out with Argonis, so we're gonna roll and see. Oh yeah, is that about a 14? So kind of follows along with you, Argonis, but trying to keep you in between, like Claire and him. That is, werewolves are still just hanging out. They're not really doing anything right now because they have no idea what to do. Lena, you've just
Also,
made it
the
into.
dragon just fizzled into existence.
Yeah,
Sure,
everybody's
not
just a little
normal.
confused. They're very confused. They have absolutely no idea what's happening. Lena, that is your turn now that you are in the tornado. You can see that various people are sort of looking at this weird pulsing light, and as people are sort of focusing hard on it, they seem to be moving towards it. Everyone else is just kind of floundering.
I am annoyed. I am also mad. And I believe that moving into the light is the wrong idea, because you shouldn't go to the light, because that is death. but I will die to yell at Argonis, so I'm going to try to move towards
I'm
it.
just running away from her at this point.
Yeah, basically, Lena, you're not even focusing on the light. You're focusing so hard on your anger at like Argonis. I like can picture this, like you're like cross-legged with your arms crossed, and you're just like so angry that you're just kind of floating after Argonis. Roll me an intelligence check. Call it an anger check, but close enough.
I sadly only got an 8 on my anger check.
Too angry. But you kind of slowly are making your way towards Argonis, but you're not catching up at this point. He's still a little bit faster. Do you want to try anything else?
You
said I was
should have
sorry.
closed the door!
Uses
all.
restive move to yell. Vittori, that's your turn.
I would like to try my magnificent idea again.
Excellent. Okay, do you want to move first to get closer and then try again?
Yes, I would paddle a few times because I'm still doing the swimming motion.
Okay. Okay, roll
So
me
paddle, and then shoot.
Sweet. Okay, roll me your intelligence check for your paddling.
Intelligence, paddling, of course. Oh, I'm shit at paddling. 5.
Yeah, okay, you don't get that much further. But you're welcome to try shooting again. If you get your nat 20, something might happen.
Okay, so I'm gonna hope for a nat 20. That is not a nat 20. That is a nat 2 plus
Nat
7
2.
makes 9.
Okay, not gonna help here. It doesn't fly
Well,
as far as it did
Technically,
last time.
wait. 0 means nothing, so 2 plus 0.
No.
I tried.
A
Wait,
0
wait.
behind the 2 is
I-
technically a 10, so it's like 2 10s.
See, this is when
Yes,
you need
I
Ivan in the
nerd.
group inside of the tornado, because I would throw Vittori.
Right? Yeah, you'd be focused really hard on throwing Vittori.
But I do have extra attack. You can attack
Sweet.
twice whenever you take the attack.
Sure, yeah,
action
if
on
you
your
want to do it
turn.
again, sure.
So can I try again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 1. Nat 1.
Oh fuck. 12
Ah,
plus 7
not
makes
quite.
19.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Again,
Nope.
very good, but
Good
Oh,
roll. Not
maybe.
quite. Nice try. Okay. That is Ivan's turn. You're in the vault. At this point, you're just in a vault. Is there anything you'd like to do inside the vault?
Yes. I want to build a small cage of protection out of this gold. No,
Begin stacking up like gold blocks like Lego.
Is there any silver lying around?
right?
Yeah.
Grabbing all the silver.
Yeah.
Actually, what I would like to do is I don't know if I should just do an investigation check, because like I would like to look for if this is a vault, it might have items that people put in here for protection and stuff, and I would like to see if there is any. I think the best course of action is probably to do detect magic to see if there's any magical items in this vault.
Sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and cast Detect Magic or use it. How does that one work again? You can just cast it, right?
I was just looking at it. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
30 feet, okay.
Yeah. And also the other thing that I have, the warding bond, is not concentration, so that one's good for an
Sweet.
hour.
Great, okay.
Yeah, so I can learn. Let's see here. You'll sense the magic in this way, and I can use your action to see the aura of wherever it's at, if, creature or object.
Okay. You cast the Detect Magic. You're not able to detect anything in this vault. Taking a look around, this looks to be kind of where they just keep the money for exchanging with people. There doesn't seem to be like the safety, like the boxes and things that people would keep stuff in for that. This is like the vault that's at the top of the bank for exchanging money. But you do sense from like below you, which is probably more the basement of the bank, there's definitely magic items below you somewhere in the bank, but they're not in this little vault.
Okay. I guess so. That was technically my action
Okay.
of sorts. I don't know if I can look around.
Yeah, I'll allow you to look around still. You can still do a check on looking through.
All right, so I would like to see if there's anything silver laying around.
Sure, yeah. For this, yeah, roll me another like just investigation check because you kind of know what you're looking for.
All right, 8.
Sweet. I mean, it is a vault. Like, it's full of different stuff. So there's definitely like silver coins and things that are throughout the vault that are being kept. So there is like silver pieces. There's not a lot of like huge silver weapons or anything. Like I said, because it's more like the money and jewels vault.
No. So
But you see a lot of silver coins that you could use.
I start picking them up and putting them in different pockets.
Okay.
Not stealing. 'Cause I didn't count how much I picked up. I'm just putting them
Hazel-
there for protection.
Yeah, Hazel paces back and forth. Again, she's looking slightly agitated. She kind of looks over at you, creases her brow a little bit as she's like watching you pick up the silver. But then she kind of gets this little realization of like what you're doing. And she goes, "Oh crap."
It's all right.
She's like,
W-
"Is it locked?" And
It's locked. You're in here with me.
she's freaking out.
You can't hurt anybody. You're fine.
She's gonna go. Yeah, it's not her turn, so she can't really do too much. But
Yeah.
she's kind of just super worried. Okay, so you definitely collect up like a bunch of silver pieces that are in the bank. I mean, this is a bank full of coins, so it's pretty much unlimited. You're just finding a lot of silver coins. It doesn't need much of a perception check for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that is back into the tornado with Cirrus. Cirrus, you recently jumped into the tornado. Yeah.
Jumped in.
Yeah.
Nobody chose to be up here, I don't think.
Aggressively thrown into the tornado.
Well, I guess this is my life now.
Hey, wait! You
Serious.
fly. Try to fly through it.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know. If he can swim, you can fly.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
definitely
I'll try
like
flying.
yeah,
to-
you can make a move.
Where do I fly? Where do I fly?
There is at the moment you see your adventuring party. They're no longer all grouped together. They're a little spread out, but most of them seem to be trying to aim towards this glowing light that is shining below you. So they're all sort of like aimed downwards at this light from where you are. Various speeds of concentration happening. And then everyone else, like all the townspeople are just unconscious, so there's not a lot going on there. The werewolf that you were holding on to is freaking out beside you. And yeah, everybody's just kind of scattered around.
All right. Where she's going. I don't know where Ames is going, but I'm heading towards Ames. I
Okay,
guess.
Lena's following Argonas.
Oh,
Angrily.
Just out of spite.
I'm on a spike quest, yes.
Yep.
But Argonas is following the light. So in general, if you're following Lena, Lena's following Argonas, and Argonas is following the light. So yeah, generally that's going the direction.
Cirrus, help, please.
No.
Man, as soon as you didn't shut that door, she had it out for you, man. Alright.
Listen. People make mistakes.
Is nobody else picking up the gold?
Oh yeah. Actually,
Yeah, I
since
guess
it's your
as I'm
turn,
like
Cirrus.
flying through,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna grab pieces of gold and
Yeah,
put them in
you
my
see-
pockets, and
You see the
I'm gonna like
unconscious
gesture
banker.
to the werewolf. I'm gonna be like, "You want some?"
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, and he starts like trying to collect up the gold around him. This unconscious little banker halfling is like floating through the air.
Full
Oh.
Gold is just like leaking out of his shirt and his pockets and stuff.
Oh,
just like
it's that guy.
Yeah.
You
goes
know
floating
what?
by.
I'm gonna take him, and I'm gonna like use him as a purse. I'm gonna be like, I can use you to collect gold.
He's unconscious.
You are the
so-
one who
yeah.
made me fly into this freaking thing. I hate you.
Are you like hanging on to him, or are you just taking his
Yeah.
gold?
I'm taking his gold.
Okay. You raid this unconscious halfling of the gold that he got from the bank. Like, and it's like this poor banker, he's just trying to like keep other people's money because like that's his livelihood, and he's like trying to save it for the bank. He's not stealing it, but now you're just taking it.
Yeah, just by the way, Sirius, this is your conscience. You're currently stealing money from Hazel's people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are currently. Well, yeah, this banker's holding this money for people in town, and he's just so into his job. That's why he was trying to protect it. Why he was so determined. But he's just kind of
Listen, half
floating around.
of
He
them,
did hit
half
me in the
of them
face.
Probably don't care about any of us anyway. Eat the rich, come on. I don't care.
Sirius has a brief moment where Sirius thinks about the complications of the situation, but then like the devil in you is like, nah.
Listen, all right. Here, I'll give half of it back to Hazel. I'll be a good person.
Well, I
I'm
can't.
not
I'm
giving
not there
all
to.
of
Yeah.
You put some of it back on this banker. The werewolf behind you, though, like, pockets the
Nope.
rest. Totally pockets the rest. This guy's been through a lot. Probably his family thinks he's dead, so at this point he just needs some money. He takes some of the gold. Okay, and then you're gonna follow Lena and Argonis. Okay, roll me the intelligence check for that, please.
intelligence. 7.
Okay, you're basically in line with Lena. Lena didn't roll too well either, so you're sort of just behind Lena as Lena's following Argonis. She's angrily muttering to herself and yelling at Argonis every now and then as she sort of hovers through
Should
the
have
space.
closed the door. Should have closed the door.
I'm so sorry. What more do you want?
I should have closed the door.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that is the tornado's turn. Once again, it doesn't have a lot to do. It's just ripping townsfolk into the tornado left and right, clearing out the bank. Yeah. Basically destroying the town, but it can't get to our players at the moment. That is back around to Hazel. Hazel, yeah, had noticed sort of what you were doing. She has gone to sort of the other side of the vault from you. She's sort of like hugging herself, still looking extremely agitated, and
so she does get a +1 to any saving throws. Just by chance.
Okay. She rolls a 4.
Wait. I gave her resistance before I left.
Okay, and what does that do?
Add a d4 to her saving throw of choice.
Okay.
Every time or just once?
Once.
You broke. All right, so I mean, I guess that's up to you whenever you want to use it.
Yeah.
Is it like if you roll and you don't like it, then you can use the resistance?
I think we have probably assumed that the resistance was going to be used for this point. So
Yeah.
I would say she would be attempting to use it now. Unfortunately, she did roll a 4. Even with the +1 and a +4, that's a 9. You see Hazel is extremely agitated. She is hugging herself in the corner. Suddenly she goes very still, and you begin to see her change. Fur begins to sprout from her skin, her nose stretches out into a snout, and her eyes start changing into yellow eyes of a wolf. She yells at you, Ivan, and she's like, her voice goes a little distorted, but she's like, "You have to get out!" As she starts changing into a werewolf. It won't be a full change in this turn, as this is her first change, but she is currently turning into a werewolf. That is a round to Claire's turn. Yay, what a special time for any young woman's life. On into Claire's turn in the tornado.
Claire is going to attempt to get closer to the light.
Great.
And then throw something in it.
Sweet. Roll me your
haven't decided
intelligence
what-
check.
Oh, okay. For the record, I cannot roll below a 10. Anything that looks like a 10 or looks below a 10 is a 10.
Sweet.
So a 10. I rolled a nat 1, but it's a 10.
Oh, it's a 10 though. We add a 0. It's fine. Okay.
No, I get to add my intelligence still, right? Or can I add wisdom?
I
As a
guess I'm not
starry
sure how that
dragon,
works.
I'm focused on being a dragon.
Yeah,
so would
like
it be my spell casting ability, or would it still be intelligence?
I'm gonna keep it
Either
intelligence.
way,
We'll
it's
keep it.
still a 10.
We'll keep it straight with intelligence. Keep it simple. So
Okay,
yeah, does
then
it
11.
basically change your dice roll into a 10? Basically, it's like the natural dice roll that gets changed to a 10, not like the full
Yeah.
amount. Okay, cool. Yeah, so
Hang
11.
on, let me just the dragon description.
Mhm.
A constellation of a dragon appears around you. When you make an intelligence, wisdom check, or a constitution saving throw to maintain the concentration on or a concentration check to maintain concentration on a spell, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower on a d20 as a 10.
Sweet. Okay.
So nat ones are no longer possible.
Exactly. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you get an 11. You're sort of carrying on towards this light source. At this point, you are the closest to it. It does begin to look like it's getting bigger. Like you are getting closer to this thing. Up until this point, you haven't been able to tell. It's just been the source of light, but you're starting to see a solid object in the middle of this glowing, pulsing light. You are getting closer to it. Do you want to try anything else at this point?
Can I figure out what the glowing object is?
From here, you can't quite see what it is yet. It's just, you can now tell that there's something solid at the center.
Okay. I was going to throw something at it, but I think I will hold off on that.
Okay. Okay, that is...
Also, I no
go ahead.
longer regret turning into a dragon.
Gilm's turn. Gilm has sort of calmed down a little bit, and doesn't really know what to do at this point. Gilm is just gonna hold off. She's not gonna do any more movement. She's just gonna sort of observe what's happening. Orgonis, that's your turn.
Same thing. Just gonna turn around and try to ignore the beratement I'm getting from Lena and move towards the light.
Okay, roll me your intelligence check.
15.
Sweet, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, you carry on towards the light. You're still behind Claire. You're not quite able to see the change in the light just yet, but you are getting closer. Corinth is going to attempt to keep up. Corinth keeps up. Go ahead.
Is it still out of range of a fireball?
Most likely, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
You haven't gone too much closer. Like, Claire's just now beginning to see solid object within it. For you, yeah, that fireball's probably not going to hit still with the 30 feet. You want to try anything else?
Okay. No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, Corinth just kind of keeps pace with you. The werewolves still aren't doing anything. Lena, that's your turn.
I'm continuing to berate Argonis.
I'm not listening anymore.
You want to go to the light because you don't want to deal with me. I got an 18 on my intelligence.
You
check.
catch, like, right up, basically, to Argonis. You're, like, right behind him, close enough that you're just kind of yelling in his ear as he's trying to get closer to this light.
You should have closed the door!
Do you want to try anything else?
I just make intense eye contact with Argonis.
Okay.
Shaking my head, being very angry, arms crossed.
Not looking. I'm
Okay.
Not looking.
We are at Victoria's turn, but do you folks mind if I take, like, a quick break? I have to use the washroom and grab some more water.
Quick break.
How
Okay.
dare you? Okay,
Sweet.
yeah.
Quick
okay.
5
I'm
minute.
sorry. Yeah, quick 5-minute. Grab yourselves more
Yes,
water
but
for
hydrate.
hydration. Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate. And we will
Thanks for the hydrate.
be right back. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks, everyone. Hi, everybody, we're back. All right.
Guess who's back? Back.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Again.
The nerds are
It's
back,
Ken's
back.
Tavern. we're bad at this. All right, we're back. Okay, so we were just finished Lena's turn. We are now on to Vittore in the tornado. Vittore, what would you like to do?
I rolled for my crossbow, and if you can believe me or not, I rolled a natural 20. I actually posted a picture in the game chat, so you can like.
I know you
see
did, and I'm like, how many times did it take you to roll for the nat 20?
the amounts of times I rolled.
Okay. Let's do your movement first, and then we will do that crossbow.
Okay, so
It just
my
logically makes more
movement
sense.
is again
Your intelligence
intelligent
check.
or. Is it like intelligence or wisdom? I didn't know. 6.
Okay, you don't get too much closer, but you did roll the nat 20. Your arrow shoots true and free Vittore into the tornado plane, and you see it speeds past everyone who's a little bit far ahead of you, makes it through this light source, and you see the light flicker.
Is that all?
That's all.
I will mute myself now and go yell in my corner. Thank you.
I mean, you shot one arrow at it. What are you anticipating? The whole tornado stops. You did it with your one arrow.
Well, you said if you roll that 20,
Yeah, you'll
something
hit
might
it.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
you
happens.
flickered
but
the
I expected a bit more.
So good. Yeah, the light flickered. Your arrow taps the light source. Yeah, I said might. Emphasis on might. Okay, that is Ivan. You are currently in the vault with a half-changed werewolf princess. What would you like to do?
Honey bunny, just hold it. Oh god. Okay, so I'm going to drop the bond that we have right now, because the bad part about the bond is if she takes damage, I take damage.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to drop that,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Shield of Faith upon myself.
Yep. That
I get a +2 to AC for the duration, 10 minutes.
sweet. Okay. Anything else?
Get closer and I hold on to her.
Okay, yeah, you try to grab hold of her.
It's like the moment of like I Am Legend where he's holding his dog.
No.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Why would
Take
you
it
do
back.
that?
Yep, that's
No.
exactly what's happening
Erase
right
that from
now.
my mind because now I'm sad.
Oh, the worst.
Why would you do that?
Any movie that hurts a dog's a bad movie.
Oh god, I cry so much on that one.
Right?
Like, it's so bad. Like, why are we like that? Like, there's movies where it's like humans die, like, and it's sad, but as soon as you like do anything to a dog or like an animal, it's like that's it. This is a bad movie. It's a bad show. How
Yep.
dare you? How dare you?
I like movies that make me cry.
I can't. If you hurt an animal, I just can't do it. Sirius.
According to that logic, Vittore is safe.
Yeah.
can't be
I
hurt
can never
anymore.
kill off Vittore. Sirius, that's your turn. You're in the tornado.
I am in the tornado.
You
Thank
are.
you for reminding me.
Yeah, you
Nicole.
are.
Just in case you forgot.
Just in case, during our 5-minute break that I forgot that I was in the middle of the tornado. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep following Lena. Just be like, Lena, come on.
Should have closed the door.
He was trying to help us.
Now look where you are.
I mean, we're all here, truly. And we had 3 people trying to close that door, so, I mean... Who knows if he would have even been able to close it? You know?
No.
All right, continue on.
I won't make you roll. I'll just say you're still following Lena. Lena hasn't gone too far yet, so Lena's kind of right behind Argonis. You're right behind Lena. Just this chain of people. Tornado's turn. Sucks up a few more townsfolk. It's not doing too much else outside of the plane of existence here, other than destroying the town a little bit more. We don't know what the bank looks like now. We just know that the vault is safe. All right, back around to Hazel. Here. Okay, she rolled pretty good. So at this point, she's trying to like prevent herself from changing, which is not going to be successful, but she's trying to slow it down. So she rolled like a 17, so that's pretty high. So she's like still herself at this point, Ivan. So she's not yet gonna make an attack on you. She's very close to just being this like full-blown werewolf though in this vault with you. Like she's going into like this full wolf form, but she's still hanging on at this moment to her humanity for a little bit longer. That is on to Claire's turn.
Claire's trying to get as close as she can to identify this weird object.
Wait, roll me intelligence.
At least 11.
Nat
20!
Yay! Okay, Nat 20. I'm gonna say you put on this like full burst of speed, and now that you're like seeing this item or whatever it is that's in this light source, now you're super curious, so your focus is like heightened, and you put on this burst of speed and you make it very close to this light source. As you get closer, it starts to come into shape. You can sort of see what it is. In the middle of this light source is this huge jewel of some kind. It appears that this jewel, from sort of your earlier wisdom perception, you're still sort of thinking through what is happening in this tornado. Whatever this jewel is most likely the spell component that has put together this tornado. It seems to be powering this tornado. This thing is like pulsing like it's almost alive, but you can sense that this thing is pretty powerful, and it is keeping this storm going.
I see. Let me see what I have to do. Not much. Can I try and attack it with my javelin?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and hit it. Can I just hit it, or do I have to roll to hit it?
You can roll to hit. Yeah, roll to hit, just like an attack.
Okay. My attack plus 4 for that. That's bad. Usually I'm used to plus 7. 18.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 7 piercing damage.
Wait. Okay, you throw your javelin? Is that how you're doing it? Or are you just
No,
poking
she's
at it
just
with your
going to
javelin?
like grab
Okay.
it from like her side and
Sweet. Okay, you stab at this thing with your javelin. You're kind of close enough now that you can reach out to it. You manage to get it for 7 damage, and you see a bit of a crack goes through. The light flickers just like it did when the arrow hit it. But this time it's a little bit more sustained. And once you hit it, you kind of feel this break in the plane around you. So when it was calm and then you hit it, suddenly there's wind all around you, and for a split second you folks are caught up in this tornado, and then it flips back into this plane of existence again, and you're back in front of this cracked jewel now. The light still pulses from it. It's still going. Yes, Kirby, can I help you? Gosh. Gilm is sort of just watching you do this. She's still far back now, so she's not going to make any sort of actions on her turn. Argonis, that is your turn. I'm going to distract the bird with...
Okay. I can't believe I didn't think of this, but am I within 120 feet of
Yes,
this
I would say
gem?
so. Yeah.
So I am going to I'm going to use my final 3rd level spell slot. So produce flame worked, so I'm going to use call lightning
Ooh.
on the gem.
Okay.
I don't know if it can do this, but the gem needs to make a dex save of 13.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know if I want to roll for it. It's not really like sentient per se. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's got a low dex. It's not moving.
Okay.
I'd say
then,
just go for it. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it's gonna really make a saving throw. It's not moving. So
And then
just roll your damage, I'd
If
say.
I could get your permission, it
Mhm.
is 3d10, but we
Okay.
are technically in a storm cloud, correct?
Yes, it's kind of a frozen storm cloud, but talk to me. What are you thinking?
So reading the spell, if you are outdoors in stormy conditions when you cast the spell gives you control over the existing storm instead of creating a new one. Under such conditions, the spell damage increases by 1d10.
Wait.
So it would be 4d10 instead of 3d10.
Wait. Yeah, I would say this is considered stormy conditions if ever there was. So yeah, I'd allow it. Yeah, does it have a range? Like, are you gonna hurt Claire, who's right there, or is it
It's
targeted?
120 feet. Let me check. Let's see. Storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius.
Oh yeah, that hurts me.
Yeah, that is gonna catch
Ooh.
Claire, and probably
Pretty much everyone.
no. I'm trying to think of who. I don't think anybody's in front of you, Argonis, other than Claire. So if you're putting it in front of you towards the center of this light, it'll probably just catch Claire.
You're saying it's 3d10 damage?
It would be 4d10
Mhm.
if
I-
since we're in a storm cloud.
Oh, I would make the dex saving throw though, wouldn't I?
You would make the dex
yeah,
saving
you would have
throw.
to make a dex save of
Yeah.
13 and take half damage.
My dice like me, but if you crit the damage, it will kill me.
That's what I'm worried about.
Like, there is no way that I could survive max damage.
Can I hold my action?
I guess you wouldn't really know that though, like
True.
in character. So,
But I see you in front of me,
Guy.
so
YOLO.
I don't want to. Can I hold my action to tell Claire
Yeah.
to back away?
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
get far enough.
What I could do is
Well, I mean,
could
it's
let
not
you.
technically you guys back.
Likewise?
Yeah.
You guys are in a nice, calm
Yeah.
zone, so
Yeah.
I'll just say hold your turn.
Only
Yeah, I
get
would just say like maybe we could hold it till the
45
tornado's turn or
feet
something.
away in the standard. I think
I'm sorry. What was that?
Yeah, I lost that on the end.
Yeah, I think we might have lost her for a sec.
Shoot. Okay, she might have just said she can only get. Oh no, you're there.
time where she hurts other people, she's going to. You're going to tell her to get out of the way. And she's going to shout at you. Just do it.
I think you're breaking up a little
Are
bit,
you-
Bunny baby.
Well, no,
So
I
Claire's gonna
heard
make a
it. I
saving
heard
throw.
it that time.
Oh.
Are
Okay.
you sure about this?
Yeah, she
Go
hits
ahead.
me all the time.
I can type it all the time. It's only fair.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning.
All right.
I'm just gonna roll my roll the
You said it's a 14 that I have to pass.
Pass the
13
13.
for a path.
13. Okay, cool. I rolled a 7, so we're fine.
She rolled a
17.
17. Yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
So half
So
damage,
she
right?
takes half the
Roll
damage.
I'm just gonna roll the damage on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Sweet. Just let me know.
4 to 35.
26.
I'm only dex
26.
26.
Sweet. Okay.
All right.
And
Claire, you
that's
take
13 for
13.
Claire, yeah.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Argonis, you call lightning on the gem. It doesn't make a saving throw because it's not moving. You crash down with this lightning onto this gem. You can't see it from here, but Claire, as you're being sort of struck by lightning, you can see more cracks appear in the gem. Once again, you will all pop back into sort of reality, and you're swirling about in this tornado. There's debris everywhere. It lasts for a little bit longer this time, as you've sort of done more damage to this jewel. You kind of crash around in this tornado. Everybody give me a really quick Constitution saving throw that's in the tornado at the moment.
Constitution saving throw.
11.
Okay.
Oh.
If you rolled above a 10, you're fine. If you rolled below a 10, you take 6 damage just from general debris that's flying around
And if you roll a natural 20 plus 3,
you.
And
You're
if you roll a
very,
natural
very
20
safe.
plus 3 as well.
Very, very safe.
You're
What
so
if you roll
special.
What if you roll exactly 10?
That's safe. And above, safe. Anything below 10 takes 6 damage just from random debris. Okay. And then you pop back into the calm, frozen storm plane. The jewel now is pulsing more rapidly. It seems to be a lot more weak than it was. You can kind of start to sense around you all. Like, before when you could hear, you could only sort of hear like you were hearing through a fog. You can start to hear things more clearly now. The kind of breeze around you is starting to pick up a little bit. Like, this plane is kind of falling apart. That is over to... Who's after Argonis? That's Corinth. Corinth is just kind of hanging out with Argonis. He doesn't really have anything to really do. He's, like, rogue, so he'd have to get right up to the gem. Werewolves aren't going to do too much. Lena, that's your turn. You are also probably very close to Argonis.
Yeah, I'm like right behind Argonis, but I can't do anything to the gem from here.
Yeah, it's
though.
hard for anybody like that's not ranged kind of thing.
Yeah, so I continue to berate Argonis. Like, wow, now you hit Claire. I can't deal with this guy.
Just hitting our friends, whatever.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the good guy, but okay, he leaves the door open, he hits our friends. Fine.
Victoria, that's your turn.
I would like to just shoot at the gem again.
Okay, go for it. You may want to get a little bit closer. Then you can actually maybe roll some actual damage.
Okay, in that
Yeah,
case,
just-
I would like to swim or fly a bit closer.
Yeah, okay. Roll your intelligence check, and then you can do the attack with your bow.
If my mouse would like to cooperate, you. I roll 17 for intelligence.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. You kind of fly a bit closer. You're still not quite as close as like Argonis is, but you're definitely close enough now that you could attempt that attack. And if you do hit, you can roll some damage on this gem.
Yeah.
What?
So I roll a 17 for hit DC.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll take it. Roll your damage.
Yeah. And I roll 9 damage.
Nice. Okay. Once again, you all get brought out abruptly out of this plane momentarily. You are in a tornado. Wind is whipping around you. It's not quite as long this time. Not quite as long of damage. But if everybody roll me a quick constitution throw again for any debris. But this time, if you roll under 10, it's just like 2 damage. You guys aren't in the tornado for very long. But roll your constitution. If it's under 10, take 2 damage for debris. Anything 10 and above, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
17.
Sweet.
All good.
Great. Okay. Yeah, just general debris as you're brought back into this raging tornado. Okay, that is on to Ivan's turn. Ivan, you're still in the vault. You have yourself protected with a shield a little bit more now. You're trying to hang on to Hazel. Hazel's pretty much full wolf now, but not on attack mode just yet.
It's gonna be okay. It's okay.
Anything you'd like to do at this point?
So is she still somewhat talking?
At this
Or is
point, no. She is
Ah,
pretty much full wolf, so she can't talk anymore, but she's just been hanging on to try to not attack you, basically.
I pull out my vial
Okay.
and I'm like, "Do you want me to use this?" And I just stare at her.
She can't answer you, but she, like, you almost feel like you've seen her nod, but she's just so out of it now. But you know that she probably would have wanted it.
I don't want to kill you. All right. I hit her with the vial.
All right.
And then I hold on to her.
Okay, you plunge this syringe into the side of poor Hazel the wolf. Just like the wolves in the lab, she kind of goes into these convulsions, falls to the floor. She convulses for a bit, almost like a seizure, and it's kind of so abrupt and scary that you have no idea what's happening for like 30 seconds. And then she goes very still, and she slowly reverts back into her normal human form. She seems to
Question.
be
Is
unconscious.
she naked now?
Yeah, her clothes are probably
Ah,
gone.
shit.
Her cloak is
Time
still
out.
there. There's still like you could cover her with her cloak or something like
Just
that.
cover her up with coins.
Just bury her in money.
And just to make sure she's doing okay, I want to put lay on hands on her a little bit. Let's see here.
Great. Yeah, the process is pretty painful,
Yeah.
as you know, as you saw. So yeah, you lay on hands and give her back a few.
I'll give her like
So
5.
Ivan is just gonna touch the naked lady now. Okay.
On the shoulder. Yeah.
She seems to be unconscious. She was
Yeah.
trying so hard to like hang on that this process was just really damaging. So she's unconscious at the moment, but seems to be alive and okay.
I find what's left of her cloak and I try to cover her up.
Yeah, her cloak was like still okay. It just kind of like tore off at the like tie, but seems to be okay otherwise. But the rest of her clothes are kind of in shreds. But yeah, her cloak is still there. Okay. The naked shoulder. Oh boy. Okay, that is on to Cirrus's turn. In the tornado.
In the tornado.
I just have to say it every time.
Tornado club.
I'm still following Lena and Argonis.
Sweet.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, you're still kind of hanging out. Lena and Argonis. Argonis didn't really move too much last turn. He kind of did his attack. So you folks are just kind of hanging out, looking at this gem. Do you want to try to make any sort of attack on the gem, Cirrus, or are you just kind of
Nope.
hanging on?
No.
All right.
No attack.
Okay. That's back around to the tornado's turn. Again, there's not much it can do right now other than suck poor townspeople into the vortex. You're seeing less people appear in this plane around you. Like, obviously, most people have been able to get out of harm's way in the city and have taken shelter in the basements and things like that. So at the beginning, there were people sort of like popping into this tornado very frequently around you. They were all sort of just hanging there unconscious, but it's like slowed down a lot more. Only like a few people are sort of appearing in this plane now and then, but definitely not as many as there was at the beginning. Okay, that is a round to Hazel's turn. She's unconscious. I'll just roll to see if she wakes up. No, she's very unconscious. Okay, that is Claire's turn.
Not one.
yeah, she rolled like a
Happily
3,
realizing-
so...
Happily realizing I should have started HP, and I am totally fine.
Nice.
I completely forgot about that.
Yay. I forgot about Druid HP, but you know, we good. We good.
Okay.
We're good. I add the amount of health I have when I turn into the dragon as temp HP, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. Okay,
fine.
so yeah, at this point you're right in
Um,
front of the gem. It's got many cracks in it. It's pulsing rapidly. It's like very unhealthy glow coming from it now. Like its power is dwindling. Yep.
Claire is realizing that she's being stupid, and the shock made her realize she has thunderclap, which is a cantrip.
Ooh,
So she's going to try and shock it as well,
sweet.
which is a Constitution saving throw. So I don't know if you would make it roll a con.
I'll do a
save.
Constitution. That seems legit. Hold on, I gotta feed Kirby an apple chip. Take it.
My
Stop throwing at me.
Very aggressive. Okay.
It rolls a 3, so the jewel's definitely, its constitution is pretty low at this point. Take the apple chip, you little turd face. Go.
Ha! Take 12 damage.
Like, it's an apple chip. Just threw it on the floor. So ungrateful.
You are. Where are your manners?
I know, where did it go? You're gonna eat your apple chip and you're gonna lick it.
This is the moment where the DM has lost it.
Exactly.
Well,
Just talking to my parrot, no big deal. Okay, sorry, Claire, go ahead. I was just trying to get him to stop yelling at me in my ear so I
12
could
damage
concentrate.
to
So
the.
a lightning bolt
Sweet.
appears above it and strikes it alone.
Sweet.
12 damage.
I love the emphasis. Just the jewel.
Alone.
I don't target my friends. I'm just kidding.
Listen, I didn't have it prepared, okay?
Amazing. Claire, you strike
Cantrip, you don't prepare it.
you strike into
I
this
didn't have a
gem
spot for it.
and you see it crack and light begins to pour from all the cracks in its surface and this thing explodes out into millions of tiny shards. And as you all are sort of suspended briefly in this plane and then snap, you are in a swirl of wind. You all begin slowly falling through this wind that you're in. You see below you, you are just above the city. You're not super far up, but
How
you're
high
gonna
above the
take
city?
probably some fall damage if you aren't able to do anything else with it. So at this point, you are probably, like, you're not too far. You're still above the square. It's probably 30 feet. So for anybody who, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of
I have
damage.
a quick question.
Yeah.
I am a dragon, correct?
You still were, yeah, if it's still got your time in there.
Yeah, I should have plenty of time. It's like, is it 1 hour or 3 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours. Neither.
Is it 1 hour or 3 hours?
It's 3, it's 1,
Right
it's
in the
like 1
middle.
hour and a half. It's
Okay, 3 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay. So,
okay.
Claire cannot fly in this form, and that is expressed in the wild shape. However, for flavor and maybe some idea, if she put out her wings, would you say she could glide from this high up? Considering she does have wings.
They are there. You know?
They are
They do
there.
exist.
Yes.
They
This is
don't
sort
of
really
happening-
serve
Can
a
glide.
This is happening like after your turn, so when we come back around to you, Claire, we will roll to see like if it helps slow your fall. We can definitely try that, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Gilm has like absolutely nothing she can do to like slow her fall. So Gilm is literally just gonna fall 30 feet. And I can't remember, and I think it's like literally a D10 for every 10 feet, but let me double check how much damage you get from fall damage. It might be a
Ivan
D6.
knows.
1d6
that's
for every
about
10
right.
feet. Yeah, 1d6. Okay. Okay, to a maximum of 20 DC, but you guys are only falling about 30 feet. So let me just roll this for 1, 2. Oh my good lord. The one time I roll freaking high. Okay, anyway. She takes 12 damage as she plummets. She kind of hits like a part of a roof that's still connected and falls to the ground. Takes 12 damage, but is still like relatively okay. She's very close because she wasn't doing so well, but you folks kind of healed her up when you did rescue her from the jail cell. But she's sort of back to looking really, really rough. But she survived. Argonis, that's your turn. You're either going to take just 3d6 and fall, or you can attempt to try something else if you want to slow your fall.
I got nothing, so I'm just accepting my fate.
I'm very mad that I am the last person to go because I could try and catch them, or at least
It does suck a
Yeah,
little bit, yeah.
I'm also pretty mad because I was going to try and catch people like on my back and slow all of our fall.
Well,
yeah.
you guys should have thought that before breaking the
Yeah.
thingy.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you were in a
I
place where you
didn't,
could just
I
walk
didn't break the
around.
thing. I didn't break the
I
thing. I did nothing
I-
against it.
Yeah.
I broke it. So would I be like the lowest person? Out of curiosity, so like people could attempt to land on me as a dragon.
No,
Well, it depends. The
so
best thing.
I'm throwing it out there.
you're
Yes.
all kind of just falling at this point. Yeah.
For the best,
Yeah.
the best thing that I could think of on
The theory
that
was throwing it out.
would be, it's what 6 seconds per turn or per round, right?
Yeah.
So how far
per-
do you fall for 6 seconds?
per round? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, please stop. 9.8 meters per second, so it would be
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
that.
we're only 30
You,
feet up.
yeah, 30 feet would be like literally 1
so-
second.
Yeah,
It's like
so-
done. Like
I'm
you're not gonna be able
saying-
to do a
On
lot
the
in a
ground before we
second.
could even
Yeah.
react.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone has something like feather fall or something like that, where you can immediately be like, shoot, I'm falling, bam, you're
Yeah.
good. For everybody else that has like nothing to do or anything to prepare, there's not a lot you can do. It would have to be like an instinctual reaction that you would have. Kirby, I don't know why you're yelling at me because you've had so many snacks, and like at this point, it's just rude. I can't concentrate. I'm gonna put in both my headphones, and everybody else is gonna have to listen to you yell.
Yay.
We don't mind listening to Kirby though.
If it is distracting,
Here.
sweet.
Oh,
If-
nah,
if it,
it's fine.
okay. If it does get distracting, let me know. I'll mute my mic if I'm not talking, and then you don't have to hear it. It's just like when it's right here in my ear, I lose all concentration. I'm like, I need to focus. Okay. So where are we at? We are at Argonis, trying to see if you have any sort of reaction or if you're splatting pancake on the ground.
I was wow. I was gonna see if I could use my breath weapon and create kind of like an ice slide as I'm falling for everyone else to land on, but
You
I
know
don't know
what?
if it's like solid breath or not.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
I think it's just like a cloud of like really cold air.
Okay, roll me for pure luck check if you're above a fountain that is still throwing water into the air that you could freeze. For pure flavor.
Okay, 16.
I'll take it. Yeah, Argonis, you happen to be like above this broken fountain that like the top pieces have been torn off, so it's kind of shooting water into the air. I would allow you to reactively throw your breath down there and freeze an ice slide for yourself.
I will do it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my breath weapon to.
Sweet.
It's gonna be a 15-foot cone, just facing towards the ground as I'm falling.
Sweet. I will also allow that to help out Corinth, who is near you, as well as probably Lena, because both were fairly near to you. So this
Yeah,
will
'cause
probably help
you're
them too.
Still yelling in my ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, this is how you make it up to me.
Yeah, I'm saving your life.
So, and especially because Argonis, you were watching Claire attack this jewel because you were also actively attacking it. So you immediately see this jewel break and immediately sort of know that you're just about to fall into this tornado. So you have a reaction that you look down, you shoot your dragon's breath down, you freeze this fountain, and you slide down like super sweetly. Give me a performance check. Let's see how awesome you like snowboard down this frozen fountain.
Nat 1.
Nat
Just my
20, Nat 20.
Use a performance, 6.
Okay. Okay. Argonis, you're so
Not
shocked.
horrible.
Yeah, you're so shocked that it worked that you just kind of like belly slide down it like a penguin. I'll roll for Corinth. See how well Corinth performs. A nat 1. Corinth has like no idea what's happening. Corinth just falls
And
down.
hits top of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just like, yeah, doesn't quite make it on the slide portion. Kind of hits it, but then it's like pretty tall, so it doesn't take a ton of damage. And kind of just rolls down really unceremoniously like the rest of the
just constantly
slide.
headbutt.
Yeah. I'll roll like 1d6 for him because he kind of didn't make it very well. Okay, he takes 5 damage on the roll down.
Jeez. Nailed it.
So good. The werewolves are literally just falling out of the sky. They're not anywhere near you, so... Luckily for them, they are now werewolves, so that 13 damage they took is not
Wait.
crazy.
They turned into wolves?
So, no, I'm just calling them werewolves. It's the 2 of them. So they're over in the tornado, but they were on the other side from them. So they have nothing to hold them as they fall down. They are not werewolves at this point.
Okay, that's what I think is like, because we have
They
all
just have
3
the
of them in
strength
there,
of a
right?
werewolf.
Yeah, all 3 of them are there. There was one that was closer to the party, and then there's 2 that were way on the farther
Okay.
side.
I'm just wondering if any of
yeah.
them turned.
Yeah.
I don't know. Inside of the vault, I'm just wondering.
Yeah. At this point, none of them have turned.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
They can die. That's fine.
Wait, I have a
Um,
question.
mhm.
Is the halfling like how much health does the halfling?
Oh, he ain't gonna have a whole lot.
Yeah, there's
'Cause
so
what if he dies and then what if he can't? Like,
Open.
will Ivan and Hazel just
Open
be
the
stuck in
door.
the vault?
Yep. Unless you guys find somebody else that knows how to get into it.
okay.
Alright. I'm a good arsonist.
Can you melt steel?
You
Okay.
might just try
I'm
to make
sure-
Todoroki. a
Sure, another
standard
teller
chip.
would be able to get in.
Maybe. Hopefully there's another teller that survived.
Yeah, I noticed no one's catching all the other people falling from the fucking sky right now.
Yeah. This like base yeah, you've just everybody was sort of suspended in this space, but now that it's
I made a
released,
slide.
a couple villagers, like city folk, like also
Yep.
fall onto Argonis' slide. But everyone else is just falling from the sky. Some of them are a bit lower in the sky. They don't take as much damage. Some of them are falling onto piles of rubble or falling into like ponds that are around the city and around the square, but most of them are just taking the damage. You see, well, you're not seeing anything yet. It's still in the 1 second of y'all falling. So, Corinth just fell. Werewolves, they have fallen and taken some damage. Again, just calling them werewolves because we don't know their names other than Jessie. Jessie and her werewolf buddies. Lena, you have also fallen onto this ice slide. You can roll me a performance to see if you look cool doing it.
I got a 12.
You look better than the other two.
Yeah.
You sort of like
Stylish by comparison.
yeah, you kind of basically just butt slide down, like just like regular slide, and then you make it to the end where you're not quite at the end, so you like scoot the rest of the way.
I angrily scoot the rest of the way, screaming, Argona should have closed the door!
Okay, Vittori, that's you. You're
Yes.
falling. Do you have anything you could do as an immediate reaction?
I would like to glide, just like how I glided down from the tower when
Okay.
Ivan threw me down.
Yeah, I'll allow a similar thing for you as I will for Claire. Reaction-wise, you're like opening your jacket to try to catch the wind. Roll
Yes.
me a athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Quickly deciding
I-
to change my mind and try something else.
Okay, yeah.
Which gives me a 9.
Okay. I will say 9 is not great. I'll say you only take 2d6 damage instead of the 3d6 you would have taken.
I can live with
Well.
2d6. Where's the d6?
No, you're not rolling it.
Yeah. I guess I would.
Yeah. Nightmare rolls it.
I'm being
He's
lazy.
damaging
I
you.
wanna roll it.
Too bad I'm rolling. Oh no. That's 11.
Yes, this is why I wanted to roll. I
That's-
only get
yeah, no,
7.
my rolls today have literally been like nat 1 if they are supposed to be good rolls, or if they're damage for my people, it's literally like the
Max
highest
damage.
possible damage. It's the
I
worst.
mean, I can live with 11.
So yeah, you take 11
I still
damage,
have-
but at least I didn't have to
I
roll
still
another
have 23
d6.
left.
Oh man, it's terrible. Okay, so Vittori, yeah, you attempt to glide, but you're not able to catch. Like you're still being buffeted by this like leftover tornado wind, so you're not quite able to make a graceful landing. So you do take a tumble, but it's a little bit less hard than it would have been if you just fell 30 feet out of the air. Okay, that's around 2. Ivan, you're currently in the vault. Hazel's still unconscious, but you're no longer like being attacked by a werewolf. You're just stuck in a vault.
Yep, I'm just betting her. It's okay. Oh, that didn't sound right. It's okay. You're fine.
Yeah, so you are currently just in the vault here. Do you want to try to get out, or are you gonna wait for these folks to try to find you?
Oh, I'm fine. I got some stale bread. Well, she's passed out. How much money is around me?
There's a lot.
Wait, is there any gems?
Yeah, there's definitely still some gems. Like, a lot of it kind of got sucked in the tornado. It's kind of been scattered across the town now. But it was still, like, literally a vault full of gold. You were in the bank. So, there's still, like, a ton of stuff.
I would like to take a few gems if possible.
Sure. Yeah. Anything in particular you, like, hoping for? Or just generally whatever gems you find?
You don't want me to look this up. Because the reason why I want
Diamond.
gems is they're more valuable than the gold.
Yeah. So
in weight wise, I would rather try to get some of the gems.
sure. Yeah, like there's kind of a smattering. There's still definitely like diamonds hanging around, like there's different types of gems, lots of gold coins, gold bars, some silver. It's a bank vault.
Yeah, God, I really want these gems.
Yeah, what are you hoping for?
I'm trying to find what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I think tell me what you'd want and we'll roll for like pure luck if the bank happens to have some in the vault.
All right, so there's jade, obsidian, quartz, ruby, topaz, emerald, amber, like just any of those, I guess is what I'm kind of looking for.
Sweet. Okay. Roll me.
I'm gonna throw in there that black and pink diamonds are extremely valuable. So, like extremely valuable.
Sweet. What I'll do, Ivan, is roll me a d20 for a pure luck check on basically how many diamonds or like gems in total you will find, and then we can do. Basically, we'll like assign some numbers to types and we'll roll for them. See what you get.
All right, so straight 20.
Yeah.
I get a 13.
Okay, so not bad. So let's do a d4. We'll say you find like 4 really good, valuable gems. And we'll just roll a d4 each time and see what you find. So pick 4 that you would ideally like to find, and we'll roll a d4 4 times and see what you get.
Okay, I had something about this before. Now I lost it. I've been researching it for because I need to get to. There's a generator somewhere. Table. Give me the table. Give me the table. That's all I need. It's just a table for gems. All right. So I don't know the values. I'm not looking for them. So ruby, onyx. So that'd be red and black.
Okay.
Amethyst, and then you said one more.
Yep.
Let's go with sapphire.
Wait. Yeah, because this is like the capital city. This was like a major bank. They would keep like a bunch of the stuff just in there for kind of exchanging with people, or people have brought them in and they've bought them from them. Like it's just basically the exchange vault. So okay, I'm gonna roll a d4 4 times for you, and I'll let you know what you found. Okay, that is 1 onyx, a amethyst, another onyx, and a ruby.
All right. So notes. 2 onyx, a ruby. What was the last one?
Ruby, 2 onyx, and an amethyst. No sapphires.
Okay. Okie dokie. I may return them one day.
Probably not.
And there's also still like a bunch of gold. So if you're wanting to do that, you can.
I feel so bad stealing gold from people.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. Like it's there. It's literally up for the taking at this point because the like city has just gone through.
Gone anyway.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's like you can take it. It's just you are taking it from people. So it is stealing.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be hard. It's just your conscious or moral guide.
I know. I'm a paladin. I mean, I'm a new paladin. I'm not quite really, you know.
I don't know who saw what I put in the game chat, but one good pink diamond is worth upwards of $2 million, and black diamonds are worth $1,500 per carat.
Nice. Yeah.
I was just going for gems, not those stuff.
Yeah.
I don't need that though.
Okay.
No, I just want enough to get like a
You were
nice.
saying valuable gems, so I was bringing up 2 of the most valuable gems that I know of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I like diamonds.
But, all right,
If
I
you
will
noticed,
look.
but I'm fancy.
I will look over. Oh, there's a loot generator. That's probably what I was looking for the entire time. But yeah, so I want to look over the goat, I guess, and see what would be easily carried.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely gold coins, easily carried. Just put them in your purse. Gold bars would probably be a little less easy to haul around, but they're definitely worth probably 100 gold pieces each because they're just like a huge chunk of gold. Yeah, that's pretty much your options. They just have gold bars, gold coins, some gems.
So I've got a pocket of the gems, and then go ahead and continue on, and I'll figure out if I wanted to try to pocket the gold or
Okay. All right, that is on to Cirrus's turn. Cirrus, you have not yet fallen out of the tornado. You do have wings. Reaction-wise, you'd probably open them. I think you'd probably be fine. Yeah. So yeah.
Hope that I would open them. Yeah.
So at this point, everyone else has like hit the ground or is gonna hit the ground. You don't really have time to rescue anybody. So for you, mostly it's just you can land safely on the ground.
Okay.
If you want to try to catch people who are like falling past you, just like regular townsfolk.
Oh yeah, catch the tiefling who
the
like
halfling, like the
yeah.
banker. Okay.
Not tiefling.
Yeah.
Halfling, my bad.
Okay, roll
Two
me.
very different species.
You had sort of moved away from him, but you could roll me a d20 luck check, just see if he's close enough that you'd be able to catch him falling.
11.
I don't think that would be quite good enough, because you were quite far away from it at that point. So you're not able to catch him, but if you roll me a d6, I'll tell you how many other people you can sort of catch on the way down.
Oh, I got a 6.
Nice. Okay, so you sort of like open your wings and you can see like people above you, because a lot of people were a little bit above you as well, that are starting to crash down. And you manage to sort of catch hold of like 6 people, and it drags you down, but you manage to get them to the ground without them taking damage and yourself taking damage. So you like basically managed to save 6 people because they're commoners and probably would have died.
Yay. Buggers.
Nice. They're all still unconscious, but now they're safe, and they're on the ground with you. Okay, Tornado is dead, so doesn't have to go anymore. Yay. That's back around to Hazel. I am going to see if Hazel wakes up at this point, or if she's still unconscious. So I will roll for Hazel. Why do I always put my dice away? Why do I do that? Like every time I like roll it and I put them all back in the box, and it's like you're literally gonna roll again in 2 seconds. Hazel rolls really well, so she is going to kind of slowly come back into consciousness. She sort of blinks awake. Ivan looks around the vault, looks at you, kind of sighs in relief that you're okay. She's still pretty like bleary-eyed, but also notices that like her cloak is sort of just draped over her, so she's like, oh my gosh, and like pulls it around herself.
I didn't peek.
Like, no, Ivan, I know, thank you for all your help, and I'm so glad you're okay and that I didn't hurt you.
It's okay. I wasn't afraid.
Ivan has a breakdown.
She kind of like looks at her hands and like looks down at herself. So I guess it worked? Do you think I'm cured, or how do you think that thing works?
Well, I since we waited until you turned, I believe it worked.
She nods. Let's hope so. But at least I'm not a wolf, all right? She kind of like laughs nervously.
I mean, you look pretty cute as a wolf, though. I mean,
she like laughs kind of sadly. She kind of looks around the vault as well and sort of like sighs. How do we get out of here then? What do you think is happening outside? I don't hear any wind anymore. Do you think everybody's okay?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, Yeah, not much else Hazel could do. That's out to Claire. Claire, you were like the last person to fall. I think you said you were going to try something different.
Yeah, Claire's going to think about trying to open her wings, but realize, yeah, they're made out of stars. That probably wouldn't work anyway. But she does get extra health from being in this form. So what she's going to do is shape. You said there was water around?
I mean, there was a fountain that's frozen now. Tell me what you're gonna do, but there's some ponds and things like that. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah,
tell me what you're gonna
she's
do.
going to
We can see if
use-
there's one near you.
Okay. What do you want me to roll for that?
What are you trying to do?
She's going to try and shape water to save as many other people as she can. She's going to ignore herself.
Okay. This is like literally a second though for you falling. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Claire is very. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll me a d20, and we'll see if there's a pond that's like either very under you or around you.
Sorry.
19?
Go ahead. Continue.
19?
19. Okay. That's a pretty lucky roll. So I'd say there's like a pond that's beneath you that you would be able to really quickly like shape water to help yourself and also sort of spread it out to try to catch some people around you. I'll do the same thing as Sirius. You can roll me a d6 to see how many people are around you that will land in this shaped pond.
6.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay,
So
she grabs this pond and makes it into a what is the max? Hang on. 5 foot by something. Okay, 5 foot cube.
sweet.
To basically catch as many people with as she can.
Great. Yeah, so basically what happens is like you shape it underneath you. Claire kind of falls through this cube, which like slows your fall enough that when you come out the other side, there's only like another 5 feet and you just kind of hit the ground. But you don't take the damage from that fall. And then you catch like 6 people happen to be above you that also fall through this cube of water. And again, like their fall is slowed by the water, and then they kind of just fall the other side onto the ground. Again, most of them are still unconscious. But you saved them. Okay, so you are now on the ground. Gilm is next. Gilm sort of gets up, shakes off. At this point, you are all on the ground. I'm going to probably take us out of initiative because there's nothing left to fight. But I will describe what you see around you. So now that you are all on the ground, everyone is still alive out in the party. You kind of take a look around the city. And at this point, it's just devastated. The castle still stands. There doesn't appear to be any damage to the castle itself. It seems to be centered in pretty much around this square. The buildings on all sides, the only thing that's still kind of left is this stone bank. The doors are ripped off. There's a good chunk out of one wall, like from one of the columns is like fallen over and taken out a chunk of this bank. But like everything else is still kind of standing in that building. But any of the other buildings that were made of wood around this square are just completely devastated, crumpled into rubble. Like I said, a lot of the fountains that are around this main square are collapsed and basically just spewing water out. The bridge is looking pretty bad, like half of it's taken out. There's only like a small path that leads to the castle. The kind of rest of the city, there's sort of one swath of it from where the tornado came from that's like, again, completely wiped. Like anything that was not hard stone is basically reduced to rubble. But the rest of the city, like you can still see the city wall, and kind of the rest of the city is okay, sort of outside of the immediate square area. But in this square, it's just devastation. And as you look around as well, you see there's a few people that, you know, managed to fall into the rubble or into a pond. They're still maybe unconscious, or some of them are coming to and they're okay, looking pretty worse for wear, but they're not doing too badly. But then there are many just bodies lying around you. These people that were sucked in the tornado, fell out of it, and just didn't make it. They're not very strong, so they didn't make the fall. So there are plenty of just dead people from this tornado that have not made it through. It is a pretty horrifying scene. You can hear people are starting to come out of their safe areas. They're looking for people. They're trying to find people they were separated from. You can hear crying and screaming, and it's just chaos.
I
Yeah.
cannot take this seriously with.
So
Kirby.
sorry.
Apparently, the birds are picking at the dead people.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
No.
It's just, it's like Nicole's like, there are so many dead people.
So many dead
And
people.
Kirby's just like,
It's so.
it's just.
How am I supposed
amazing.
to be dramatic? Okay. So that's what you are seeing around you. You can the party that is outside of the vault. Kirby, we're almost done. You can see like the rest of your party members. Oh god. Ivan and Hazel are nowhere to be seen, but Cirrus, you know that they were trying to make their way into the vault the last time you saw them before you were hit in the face by a banker. God, it's terrible. We don't see the banker anywhere at this point. And as you're all staring around at this chaos around you, Kirby, okay, I need to like distract him with like something. Come on. Here, you get a whole cashew, but you gotta go over there and shush shush. Shush. Shush shush. It's over there, it's in your bin. There you go. Alright, that should hold him for a little bit longer. Okay. As you are staring around at like the devastation around you, suddenly you hear this like tone sound that rings out across the city. It kind of sounds, it's just like one note that kind of gets held for a little bit, and you notice that everybody in the city kind of stops what they're doing. A lot of them are still, of course, like crying over someone they found, or they're kind of freaking out, but a lot of them who are just kind of dazed, they hear this tone sound and they all turn to face the castle. You
Is
all
it a
sort
high
of,
or a low tone?
it's just like a boop, and like just kind of spreads out for a few seconds before stopping. You all turn to face the castle where the sound is coming from and where everybody else is facing. And you see this image appears in front of the castle, like this big picture basically that shows up. And you kind of see, it looks obviously to be magical in origin. It's sort of like rippling like the screen of water, but there's an image upon it. You see the, basically a family is standing there. For some of you, you can choose whether or not you would recognize them, but this is the royal family. So you see the king, the queen, and you see sort of their like older children. So there's an older woman and like a young woman and a young man beside them, but they're basically the older siblings of the family. So Hazel's older siblings. You don't see Hazel's other brother in the picture, but you see basically these four that are in the family standing in this image as they look over the square, and everybody sort of pays attention here. The king sort of begins to speak. So some of you, like I said, may recognize them if you've like seen pictures of the royal family or if you've visited the city before or something like that. But if you don't recognize them, you have no idea who this guy is or why he's speaking. You can assume that he's important. He's wearing a crown. The queen is wearing a crown, that kind of thing.
Should I roll a history check? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, sure. Everybody could roll a history check. If you do really well, you're like, okay, I've seen a picture. I know who these people are.
I mean,
if
we
you
walked through the castle.
Oh, wait, I
Yeah,
haven't
you
even
walk through the
looked down
castle.
on
Maybe
this.
you saw a picture of them. Yeah.
What? History. Okay, +1. So mine is a 16.
Sweet.
It's history. Oh,
Yeah.
I got a 10.
I also got a 10.
Cool. So I think with a 10, you can
know
kind
the
of.
king because he has a crown.
Yeah, you're like, okay, this is probably the royal family. Yeah. And you can
who's
also decide, for some of you, you may not have ever been to the city, or you're out from outskirts of Telemaian and you've never, you don't recognize this person as being your royal family. For like Ivan, like say you were looking at this, you can't see it from in the vault, but if you were, like you're from the mountains, so you could probably
Yeah, I was
decide.
about to say, because like
Yeah.
Dustin over here is like, Hazel, I'm like, but I'm still in the vault.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right, never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. Wait a second. You're like, oh yeah, where's Hazel? But yeah,
Hazel,
you.
where? What? Hazel? Ivan? Oh boy.
Oh right.
Right.
So yeah, the king begins speaking. He his voice is like carried across the town. This is obviously something maybe the castle mage has set up so they can speak to the city as a whole. But he kind of speaks out. People of our great city, a massive tragedy has just occurred. My thoughts are with you, and the thoughts of our family are with you, and we will be out there to help you as soon as we determine where this storm came from. I think many of you know that this was not a normal storm. We think it was sent to prevent the execution that was occurring today of the traitor Gilm of the royal family, and we will find out who did this and who took your family members from you. I also need to announce something that is very tragic and sudden, but our dear Princess Hazel has passed away.
What?
She is no longer
What?
with us.
Straight up lie.
Insight check.
Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Well, technically, you guys don't
At this
know where
point,
we are.
I'm gonna go back to the bank and get into the vault.
Okay.
13.
I got a nat 20.
Sweet. Lena, you've just been kind of like chilling around, but you like hardcore know when people are bullshitting. This guy's bullshitting. Like, you kind of get this feeling. You're like, well, Hazel's been saying how her family has basically been acting very strangely, and this guy doesn't. You're like, nah, there's something funky going on here.
I don't believe this.
Yeah. So I'd say basically if you probably rolled above like a 16, you probably get the vibe off this guy. If you're under 16, you're like, well, maybe Hazel did die because we haven't seen her in a while. But if you're above 16 with that insight check, you're like, I don't think this guy's telling the truth here. He
Can I
keeps
roll
going.
an insight check as well?
Yeah, go for it. You can roll it. See what your character would think.
Yeah.
Yay.
I roll a
Clear.
15.
Cool. You're not quite sure. You're like, you could be lying, but at the same time, I haven't seen Hazel since I got ripped out of Ivan's pocket on the doorstep. So, maybe she's dead. I don't know. So yeah, the king keeps going with this announcement. You can see the queen looks visibly upset beside him. She's trying to keep it together. The siblings look pretty stoic, but they all have like solemn expressions on their face. And the king, keeps speaking. We know how much our dear Hazel meant to all of you, the people of this city and the people of this land. She visited many of you. She was one of the people. We will never move on from this tragedy. We feel your pain for those of you who have lost family members today. So have we. But we also have to warn you. Although our Hazel has left us, there is an imposter in her place who has been seen in the city. And that is just disgusting behavior of whoever would use our daughter against us and against this kingdom. We ask that if you see this imposter, you take no qualms in removing her or bringing her to us. We don't know who
Wait a
she is,
second.
but she is not our daughter. We are with you all. We will be there soon. Collect your families, and we'll rebuild. Thank you. And the vision ends. And that's where we will end today!
No! Okay, fine. I should have expected it from you.
Going on.
We were already like half an hour past where you said you only had another half an hour, so I felt bad.
Really got that windstorm going.
So
As
good.
soon as we do our next, we gotta get Hazel out of the city,
Yeah.
dog.
We need to get Hazel. We gotta get Giln out. We just gotta
My
get out of here.
chickens.
The chickens.
And the chickens.
I think your chickens are gone.
Okay, yeah. Wait.
Hey,
Before we end
there's
today,
hundreds and hundreds of bodies everywhere, but how about those chickens?
we've been waiting so long for these chickens to come back. Claire, roll me a d20 for your chickens.
10 or
You
less,
don't
they're all
eat
dead.
chicken. What's the modifier for it?
No modifier, straight 20.
Chicken modifier.
Bok bok.
Bok, 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 bok.
Plus 2.
Oh, I was thinking wisdom, but okay.
I'm not giving
understand.
chickens wisdom.
18.
Oh,
Bring the chickens back.
18 for the chickens. On the horizon, you see 3 shapes flapping their way down from the sky, picked up from the tornado, but they used their chicken flight to slowly make their way back to the square, trying to find their chicken mama. They did
Who is
survive.
currently a dragon.
Yeah, yeah. What is it? Pepper, salt, and paprika? I think that's what we called them.
Also,
We end the campaign in the night, seeing these silhouettes of the chickens against the final piece of the sun as it's setting. These chickens making their way back to the square. Ay, ay, ay.
it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. What beautiful sounds. All right, everybody, that was amazing. Thank you so much for playing today. For all of you who've
I
been
regret
hanging out,
nothing.
thank you so much for watching. Who knew a tornado would take 3.5 hours to get through, but hopefully it was worth it. I think everybody will think twice about redeeming a windstorm in the future.
I like another windstorm.
Yeah, like one right after this one.
Yeah,
Right.
just
I was
caught.
about to roll it.
Right.
Like, hey, there's another event within the event.
Windstorm after this.
It's so good.
Can we have a volcano?
This is what you get for putting off the windstorm for 3 months.
Exactly. This is what
Oh,
happens
you mean a
when
different sandstorm? I thought it was a song. Sorry. Okay.
this is what happens when we've been stuck in dungeons and like secret passageways for the past few months, and like windstorms haven't made any sense. It's just been building. But no, that's a ton of fun because
Made
I
sense
was
when
able
I
to.
redeemed it,
Yeah.
but then we went into a dungeon.
But yeah, I was able to sort of work it into the story, so it ended up being a really cool addition. So thank you for that. Thank you for waiting. And yeah, thank you all for being here. If you aren't already a part of our Discord and you'd like to hear when our next campaigns are upcoming, or you're wanting to guest star on an episode at some point, please join in on the Discord just to get more information on the frivolity and chaos that is Ken's Tavern. And of course, please make sure to throw a follow to basically almost everybody that is playing today is a streamer. Vittoria will make it there one day. I think Yaren's internet is
One
finally
day.
set up, so one day.
I should just start a GoFundMe for a decent computer to stream.
Right?
Yeah, same.
So
I
good.
stream when my computer can handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
But
is nearly never.
everybody here today, please throw them a follow if you can. If you had fun listening to them here, they are just as chaotic on their own streams. So
That is accurate.
Especially I.
Yeah.
please go and throw them a follow if you can. And yes, as Dustin has mentioned, Dustin is running a one-shot next weekend on the 16th. This is a one-shot campaign. I'll hold the surprise for Dustin. Do you want to give a quick explanation of what it is for the people who are listening to come back?
Yeah.
Or yeah, go for it.
So it's actually I'm actually gonna do it on the 7th. Well,
Yep.
either the 16th or 17th, depending on what's better for everyone.
Sweet.
This is going to be a battle royale style one shot. So every person for themselves.
Man, woman,
Winner
child,
Yeah.
take
other.
all.
Thanks for the gender neutral.
Yep. And there may or may not be a prize for whoever wins at the end. Just saying.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You like
Yeah.
prizes.
So stay tuned.
Sweet. That's awesome. We're really excited. We have, just lots of new DMs joining Ken's Tavern, and I'm super
What?
looking forward to it. Let's run through it. So Dustin's doing a one-shot pretty quick. I'm hopeful that will lead into Dustin doing many more one-shots or even a campaign with us. Super happy to see that happen. Of course, Marcus is still working on getting his campaign up and running. Excited for that one too. Poxy runs the Nightingale campaign as well, so that's been ongoing. And then our very own Mikey will also be launching a campaign very, very soon, is in the extreme intense planning phase of
dude,
this
so
campaign.
much. I have read like 20 books. I'm like, I don't
The
read.
knowledge.
Right? I'm so excited though. So mine is definitely chaotic and very story driven, and I love that, and I like that piece. But what I'm really excited to is that Mikey's gonna be bringing in a lot more, I think, of like the specific play of D&D, and like especially the experience based and that kind of stuff. So really looking forward to seeing that.
That's sorry. That's the kind of thing that what's very interesting is everyone's different style. And so
Exactly,
like when
yeah.
we first started, we didn't know anything.
Exactly. Yeah, and
And-
now we're all kind of figuring out what we like and how we would
Yeah.
like to run it, and I think that's super cool. So I think that just gives us a chance to play a different game every time. So
And just have something a
Yeah.
little different. Like mine sounds like it's going to be very interesting because I'm building it specifically in a way because of how we have so many people that were like some can join, some can't, and it was like very what was that, like open door policy where you just keep having different ones come through.
Mhm.
Like for my campaign, that's gonna be just fine until we
Exactly.
find a solid group,
Yeah.
and then I can progress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody has their own way of running and writing campaigns. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super cool. Yeah, it's so true, Poxy. So, and then I know Bunny Baby's also working on one for the future, and yeah,
I have the first couple things set up.
that's awesome.
As
Yeah.
much as it possibly can be. So as soon as we can get it started and we have a good time to set up,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
should be good.
Sweet.
Midnight.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited because I think this is just, I know we all want D&D like every weekend. So this kind of,
Every day.
yeah, every
Yeah,
day, pretty
If
much.
I could make it daily, I would.
Yeah. So I think that's a really big goal of our channel at this point, is we're just all just really looking forward to being able to make it so accessible for all of us to play. And I'm excited to see it grow into that. So I appreciate all of our DMs, new and old, for making that happen. So I think that was our goal initially, and I think it's continued to be that goal, is to be the place for new DMs and new players, but also people who just, want to be here and play with friends and get away from the rest of the world for a little bit. So very much excited for that. We also, will have a website that we are building, which will hopefully host both information about campaigns and characters, and also, of course, hopefully our merch as well. So we're going to be expanding our merch options. So we are working on that. Poxy's starting building the website, and then we're going to be connecting that up with a different piece of merch options that we have. So yeah, everything is on the up and up. So join in now. All right.
Yay!
Right. Yay. Okay, folks, thanks so much. I'm going to end the stream here. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you next weekend for the one shot. Bye.
Bye.
Watch out,
Watch out,
critical role.
critical role.